watch, get their names selected and look at the outfits and the stories. And I tell you what, Caleb Williams has the personality of a -1. Like a -1. He doesn't even have a personality that registers in this world. He's so like lifeless and personality-less. Like there's nothing there that kept me wanting to watch the number 1 overall pick in the NFL. That portion has zero to do with the Chicago Bears. That portion has everything to do with Gen Z. Gen Z is weird, and I'm trying to figure out how to understand these people who don't know how to communicate. They're awkward. They're different. Strofe, you at least have been around us, so we've been able to get some personality out of you. Caleb Williams is boring as hell. He has no personality.
Wait. Did you say we've been around you, so at least we've been able to get some personality out of you?
Yeah, I take all credit for your personality.
All right. Okay, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
First and foremost, Caleb Williams, not entertaining at all. Then, over the next 20 minutes of Hard Knocks, does anybody care about Matt Eberflus? No!
He's gonna be fired.
He was a defensive coordinator that turned head coach for a middling team that can't find their way anywhere over the last 40 years since 1985. If they did this thing right, last year, right, you could have been annoyed with Aaron Rodgers, but if you watched, there is entertaining moments. He is a content factory. He says stuff that elicits reaction, good or bad, love or hate. Then Matt Eberflus is getting haircuts. I don't care what Matt Eberflus looks like, if he has a beard or no beard. Well, all I know is if I'm the Bears and I have an opportunity to actually become relevant, and we talk about becoming relevant with our guy Alex Strofe, the Bears are doing the opposite of Alex Strofe. Alex Strofe growing, Bears going downwards. I have full confidence that they're going to suck this year based off of the fact that they are uninteresting, and the vibes from their front office, their vibes from their players, their vibes from this show, it was embarrassing. I wasted 60 minutes of my life watching a franchise that hasn't won a championship in 40 years, and I could feel the energy of a losing franchise watching episode 1 of Hard Knocks. There is literally something in the water in Chicago Bearland that just breeds loserness and delusion from the fans. There's no social clip going viral on Twitter from, unless it's the only good moment was when one of the rookies sang the God Bless America in a bald eagle Speedo, and he's from Canada. Right? That was the only good moment. That was it. Otherwise, I'm watching Matt Eberflus be boring and a middle-of-the-road head coach that even Chicago Bears fans don't like. I'm watching Caleb Williams be boring as hell, and all the wide receivers and the veterans tap him on the butt and say, "You're going to do great, buddy," even when he makes a mistake. That also proved that the Packers have figured it out for somehow, some way. God has blessed Green Bay Packers fans, because the way they went from Favre to Rodgers to Love, and seeing Rodgers have to sit behind Love have to sit behind Rodgers, seeing them be able to learn and then step in and be great. Like, you literally have a blueprint to how bad the Bears have been and how much they suck by watching one horrible episode of the boringest franchise and the worst franchise I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Well,
rant over. Oh my God, I wasted an hour of my life.
Williams sucks.
On just a brutal franchise. 800-990-3776.
The Chicago Bears are tone deaf. That's just the only takeaway from this, because you're exactly right, Ben. I didn't watch it, but from everything I'm hearing from it, I did see one clip on Twitter that I did see. And that was when they were sort of introducing Caleb Williams. They introduced him to the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls 90s entrance song. Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did the PA announcer.
Wait,
4 minutes worth of that for Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams clips and audio clips and the whole thing. And I thought to myself, Michael Jordan should be insulted. He should legitimately, the city of Chicago should be embarrassed.
They're desperate
and insulted. So that's why they're tone deaf. They think that is a way to juice things up, but they totally missed the mark by saying that Caleb Williams enter in as Michael Jordan. So they're either tone deaf there or tone deaf in the ability to captivate or be interesting at all in the moments that they're supposed to be interesting. This is just Chicago Bears written all over it.
And Brad, I have to respond to what you said, because because I was not privy to the fact that they played the Michael Jordan intro music for Caleb Williams.
At 6'1", out of USC.
Are we talking about a quarterback that who has not done anything on the NFL field?
And they
a quarterback that doesn't even have to earn the right to be able to be the starting quarterback. He's just being handed to him. They think just being a number 1 overall pick just gives you the right to have this.
You hear this music? You think of 6 championships. They haven't won a championship since 1985. If I'm producing Hard Knocks and I want to make the Bears feel awesome, I'm playing 5 minutes of the intro to Hard Knocks of just the 85 Bears, Urlacher, Devin Hester. Like, I'm showing highlights of what is a minimal selection of highlights to feel like there might be something brewing at Hallis Hall or whatever it is.
So just to recap, I didn't watch the episode as I just noted, but did it sound a little bit like this? So Keenan Allen says
Caleb Williams sucks.
Matt Eberflus says
maybe I'm the problem.
And Tory Taylor was told
be more like Brad.
Nailed
was essentially the episode.
That's so good.
Nailed it. I have never been more confident about how bad they're going to be because there is something in the air, there is something in the water. Like, when I walked into Lambeau Field for the first time, I felt awesome, right? Like, I looked around and I was like, this place is awesome. This place has vibes. This place has history. This place has energy. That building, that training camp, that locker room, that coaching staff, that general management staff, the ownership. I mean, the owner's like 98 years old, and it reflects down into the franchise. The Packers are going to wipe them clean. Okay. They are ass.
Okay, well, I like that. I do like that. It makes me feel really good. But listen, I believe everything that you're saying, right? I believe that this organization is definitely a messed up organization because I've seen it, and I don't doubt this one bit. But don't you believe just maybe you could be rushing to judgment? It's only one episode. You haven't even started preseason games yet where you have actual real film. You haven't had any joint practices yet. Like, you haven't had where there's more drama to be developed.
My point is they're so boring that they couldn't even pull anything from their history to make me engage.
It's hard for me to believe that this is just the judgment is out already after one episode.
I believe that the NFL and the franchise themselves have some creative input into it. Mm-hmm. Some. Now, it's HBO's final cut, but this is the most watched episode of the entire season. It's the first episode. If you can't muster up something exciting, something to keep you coming back, in the very first episode, when Bear Hope is at an all-time high since the 80s, that's just a bad
Bear
look.
fans have to watch that, walk out of that, and they have nothing to talk about at their water cooler. My pen that I'm holding right now has more personality than Caleb Williams. And this thing only does one thing. It writes. Boom, roasted. My pen, my inanimate object right here has more personality.
That's a very basic pen too. Basic.
It is your stock pen. Wow. You can buy 40 of them for $2.
Pal.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha! Add me to the hotkey.
Hey. Caleb Williams sucks.
I mean, such validation though. Such validation watching Matt Eberflus. Who cares about Matt Eberflus?
See, that was the curiosity lies is that I said yesterday, I'm not afraid of the Chicago Bears. I'm just interested to see how delusional and how ridiculous that they are as an organization. And what you're just saying, like you said, validation just kind of proves that they just don't know how to get it right.
They don't.
Even from knowing that you're going to have some type of entertainment here, entertainment value is supposed to be given, they didn't get that right either. HBO, the NFL are all thinking maybe we made a poor decision choosing the Chicago Bears because they're not going to give you anything. But like you said, having the first overall draft pick, there has to be a storyline they're cooking up. There just has to be.
There's not.
They're protecting him.
I was like, this is the number one overall pick. Throw the Bears out of it. I'm excited to see what a number one overall pick is going to look like behind the scenes.
Feel like practice scenes.
Yeah, they had practice. They had some highlights that it literally was a regurgitation of everything the Chicago Bears Twitter has thrown out to try and get Bears fans to be excited about a throw to Keenan Allen or to DJ Moore. Even DJ Moore, who I think is a good wide receiver, left practice to sign his 4-year whatever extension and just came back to practice and was like,
why he do it during practice?
because they were trying to make a memorable moment for the show, and it was boring.
Here's the thing. From guys that I've talked to that have been on Hard Knocks, I've never was in my 6 years, but guys that I
Too
talk
good
about.
to be on there.
What's that?
Your teams were too good.
That's true. We were too good. They will tell you that they produce drama, like they create it out of thin air. Like drama that's not there, they create it. They try to create compelling storylines, all that kind of stuff.
Strofe, you watch reality TV. Kyle, you watch reality TV. I watch reality TV. They need to hire all the producers of the shows that we watch and put them on Hard Knocks because they must have cut staff because it was the boringest, most least drama-filled episode I've ever seen in my life. I'm shocked by the
disappointment, but let me bring up an alternate reality for a moment.
Okay.
Let's think back to last year. Now, there are 2 rules for Hard Knocks. You can't make the playoffs. So you have to miss the playoffs 2 years in a row, and it can't be a first-year head coach. Let's just say week 18, the Bears beat the Packers. Packers don't make the playoffs. Jordan Love today probably is not the highest-paid quarterback.
Send it to the Packers Pro Shop.
I'm just saying, alternate universe. I don't think it's very boring last night if the Green Bay Packers were the team featured.
You don't think Jordan Love gets an extension still?
He gets an extension.
Oh, but just not the highest paid
You're
quarterback.
saying it would or would not be boring for the Packers?
I think there's
more
fun to be had in Green Bay.
It's
There's
just
way more fun.
The drafts, it is Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it screams more fun and entertaining than the 3rd biggest city in America.
The Green Bay Packers have enough juice. Heck, Ben Brust gave the Green Bay Packers some juice on day 1 in the Omaha beef jersey. I mean, the Green Bay Packers have enough entertainment value just overall around, talking about Rashawn Gary, talking about the rookie, talking about Jair Alexander with the personality, all the wide receivers who actually have a relationship with one another where you get the behind the scenes on that. Jordan Love starting to show some more personality. Josh Jacobs, the new kid, and Xavier McKinney, new kids on the block. There are so many storylines that I promise you the Green Bay Packers would have been much more entertaining. But guess what? We don't suck, so we ain't got to worry about
Love
being
and
on Hard
Football
Knocks.
chimes in, and he nails it. It was all so cringy. And that's the Bears. And the Bears fans are cringy. The team is cringy. The front office is cringy. The way that Virginia McCaskey, the owner who's still with us, thank God, says she's, I think it was, quote, disappointed in the performance of the team.
How old is she really? Did you say 98?
I made that up, Strofe. I think she could be. she might be.
You'd rather be disliked. You'd rather be like so many other. Cringeworthy is the worst.
She's 101.
Possible.
Oh, no, she's not.
Wow.
She's 101.
She's running the team.
Do you no, she ain't.
She
She's
is.
hiring and firing,
Virginia
Kyle.
McCaskey, the owner of the Chicago Bears, was born on January 5th, 1923.
She is running the football team.
She's 101. She's older than 98.
Don't tell me she got on the dang TV screen at
No.
all.
No, but she might be the sister Jean of the Chicago Bears.
So between her and Martha Ford, who still runs the Lions, they got 200-year-old. What?
Virginia McCaskey and Sister Jean are in the same city?
That's
What's
wild.
in the water in Chicago?
Must not be lead like we got up here.
Longevity, but painful longevity.
All I know is the Bears showed me why they suck. And I have full confidence that they will have plenty of bumps in the road. 800-990-3776.
She's 101.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, she passes notes to her son, who was also an owner, to read at press conferences. I will find that clip.
Are you kidding me?
Yo,
She's still running the
it's
football
so
team?
funny.
You know what?
That is crazy.
That generation don't want to let go. My goodness. Owning a team at 101 and still actually there?
It's a family thing, I guess.
Oh, no, this is crazy. I did not know. This is why the Bears suck.
Well, I'll tell you what. Christian Watson was dinged up again today. Kyle Wallace thinks he's soft, so we're going to hear from Kyle Wallace on the other side about Christian Watson, and we'll get to the Green Bay Packers. That's next.
by generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
After 30 years of doing knee and hip replacements, Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup thought there had to be a better way, and that led him to regenerative medicine.
I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it.
Now, after 20 years of successful orthobiologic treatments, lots of clinical data, research, and teaching, Dr. Scheinkup is National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
They've done an amazing job of becoming the most significant orthobiologic and regenerative medicine practice in the United States. QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
So if you have chronic pain from arthritis and you want to avoid drugs and surgery, call the experts in this revolutionary field, QC Kinetics.
To give patients real lasting relief from pain, that's what I live for. That's my mission.
Get your free consultation now. Call QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
We've all had those moments walking through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair and thought, ooh, that would be nice to have. This is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy telling you that my purchase of an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas is one of the best purchases I have ever made, and it came at the State Fair. I can feel the extra energy and the flexibility I've gained from using my sauna, plus my skin looks better. And with the amount that I travel, its detoxification benefits are worth it alone. Visit Good Health Saunas at the Wisconsin State Fair. Full product details are at goodhealthsaunas.com.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha.
Caleb Williams sucks.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha.
Caleb Williams sucks.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha.
Caleb Williams sucks.
That's a banger right there, Strophy. Banger, banger.
Banger.
800-990-3776. Alex Strofe running the show. DJ Strophy trying out for my wedding.
You'll regret not inviting Strofe.
You are cooking today, kid. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you.
He's working to get that invite.
800-990-3776. Yeah, you better give me some money if you come. On YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. I do want to hear from Jordan Love on the Kay Adams Show about the wide receivers, because there's been a lot of discussion since Packers Family Night that Dontavion Wicks only got 6 snaps and whatnot. And, what's the rotation going to be? The unofficial depth chart came out. And it seems like every time I open up Twitter X and get updates from Packers training camp, it seems as if number 9, not hammy issues, just other issues, gets hit, this, that, and the other thing. Here's Jordan Love on the Up and Adams Show talking about the wide receiver group.
Who's the number 1 dog?
I'm not going to say anything.
Is there one? How about that?
No. I don't think we do.
You don't think?
I think all those guys truly believe they're the number 1 receiver, and I want to keep it that way. You
can't keep it like that forever. One of them's going to want to get paid. One of them's going to go somewhere else. I
don't make those decisions.
You're worried about it right now.
We're going to attack this thing and.
I knew you weren't going to answer that.
That was Jordan Love talking with Kay Adams after training camp. She did some good journalism.
A little bit of edginess from Jordan Love, too. I like that.
No, they ain't edginess.
I like that.
That's called, I'm about to get $75 million coming up by December 1st. Christmas going to be real good.
Okay.
He don't seem like he got money swag.
Well, I mean,
I think he's got a little swag because he's talking to Kay Adams. Every player
who talks to Kay Adams,
he is an engaged man. I don't know.
I was not saying anything of the like. I think she makes her interview subjects very. I think she's a really good interviewer.
You can be a little bit more flavorful with Kay.
Oh, so you gonna be flavorful with Kay?
If I would let the personality come out with Kay.
No, you're not.
Sure, I would.
My fiance wasn't too pleased how flavorful I was telling my third grade teacher yesterday at the state fair I had a crush on her.
Really?
Let's just say she was listening live and she wasn't like, "Oh, this is so sweet."
What'd she say?
She didn't really say anything. She wanted to talk about it. I was like, all right. I was like, I called her. I was like, there was a super cool moment yesterday at the Wisconsin State Fair where we were talking about my teacher in third grade the past couple weeks. And it was, maybe about like first crushes, but also teachers we remember. And she goes, yeah, I listened. I was listening live.
Ben, you do realize
end of convo.
She's like, you better take those headsets off, girl.
For real. But you do realize the way you started that conversation, or you brought up the subject about the lunch date and having a crush, and said, listen, we all grown here. That's the mistake. You all grown here. And grown folks.
Why is that the mistake?
Because you grown. Now, it's one thing to have a crush on somebody back in 1999. It's another thing to let them know you got a crush on them. We all grown here.
800-990-3776. Michael in Middleton in reference to probably me talking a little bit about the Bears being just atrocious and boring sucks on Hard Knocks. I can't wait to hear ESPN's own local radio yokel, clueless Jim Rutledge, the self-proclaimed appointed Chicago Bears ass-kisser in chief.
Wow, stable.
I'm sure he's like, oh man, Matt Eberflus is so cool. He looks like Ryan Reynolds.
My
also
prediction.
An insulting similarity.
My prediction: Jim Rutledge of Jim, Matt, and Molly, 4-6 on ESPN Madison, is going to go to the hairdresser because in the episode, Matt Eberflus's wife said you should get a haircut like Ryan Reynolds, and they showed a side by side. So Matt Eberflus grew a beard. It's got a little gray. He's got the haircut. Jim is going to try and look like Matt Eberflus. That is my prediction.
That would be a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, that would be a sad day.
How you got kids and you trying to look like other men? Got his nails painted like Caleb Williams. Now he's going to get his hair did like Matt Eberflus.
He got his nails.
He's a little kid. He's a little kid.
He painted his nails on NFL draft night. Yeah,
he's
a kid fan.
Exactly. I'm just like, come on now. If you are a parent, you are a role model now. You can't have your kids looking up to you as you
like I see Caleb Williams going to like jump around with like 10 kids who are excited to meet him, and there's Jim in the middle of those 10 kids jumping up and down, excited to meet Caleb Williams as well. But we heard Jordan Love with Kay Adams talking about how he wants everyone to believe they're a number one wide receiver. But you look left, you look right. He's dinged up all the time, even in training camp. That man's name is Christian Watson.
Yeah, I know who ain't going to be the number one, and that man's name is Christian Watson. Listen, Christian Watson, I'm going to say this because people daddies be listening, is that Christian Watson, as a normal human being, average human being, very strong. Football field, though, listen, he's fragile. He's fragile as an NFL player, and we have the evidence to see it. Every time I look up, whether or not it's on Saturday at the family night, Christian Watson runs into somebody. Oh, no, he's on the ground. And then in practice, Christian Watson runs into Evan Williams. Oh, we heard this before. Slow to get up. I am so tired of hearing this. Christian Watson is slow to get up. And this is what I think about Christian Watson. Does he have immense potential? Absolutely. But do I care for him to be a Green Bay Packer in the long term? Absolutely not. I think that the Green Bay Packers, the best thing that can happen is that Christian Watson, who won't be healthy this season, I'm telling you this right now, he's never going to have a healthy season. But I'm telling you that the Green Bay Packers, I hope Christian Watson goes for 1,000 yards this year, because then we can trade Christian Watson in the offseason. Because when I think about what this team looks like in the future, I love the ceiling that he has, but I do not believe he will not have an injury-plagued career. Do we realize that we went all the way to UW-Madison to study somebody's hamstrings or quad, whatever it was? Like, that's how intense it was that we're having a conversation about that. And every time, I tell you, every week, Christian Watson's on the ground getting up slow.
It makes me think of Wedding Crashers when they're playing the football scene in the backyard. Every time I look, your brother's down.
Yeah.
That's Christian Watson.
Christian Watson is an odd man out. The best thing that can happen is that he has a good year this year. The Packers can get a second or first round draft pick for him because we should not pay that man that money. I'm hoping that Christian Watson does well so we could trade Christian Watson because I'd rather go with Dobbs, Reed, and Wicks versus having Christian Watson part of that trio.
There's a granola bar that I love at Costco, but every time I bite into it, it crumbles. It makes me not want to get it anymore. It makes me not want to spend big money on it. That's how I feel about Christian Watson. Your comment, Kyle, I'm fully behind you on this one.
Oh, I like that, Brad.
He shows absolute flashes of brilliance. His ceiling is the highest of any of those other wide receivers. It really is. His speed, his athleticism, he has stretches of games where he might be a top 10 receiver in the NFL. The problem is you cannot rely on him to stay healthy. He's physically fragile and brittle, and every time he's out there running a route, catching a ball, anytime he's in traffic, you know what I'm doing? I'm holding my breath. I'm like, holding my breath. You cannot have your main receiver, a linchpin of your offense, be that physically fragile and you're holding your breath, and you certainly cannot pay him big money. The Packers have a good problem. They have 4 very capable wide receivers. They can for sure pay 1, maybe 2. He's not going to be one of the.
Well, Kyle, I want you to hear this because he spoke after practice, and this is what he had to say about coming up from the injury.
I thought it was solid. I'm glad, Jordan, took a shot on that one, tried to go up and get it. I think we just came down a little awkward. I don't know if it was his knee or his cleat, but something just kind of hit me in the knee. But I think it hurt a lot worse in the moment than I thought. I'm just thankful and obviously praying that it wasn't too serious and it wasn't. So.
What are the after effects right now?
It's a little sore, but it's just a bruise, so nothing that's gonna stop me from doing anything.
Wait a minute, oh my Lord! He said, "Wait a minute, go back." He said, "Go back." He think it's a what?
It wasn't too serious, and it wasn't. So,
what are the after effects right now?
It's a little sore, but it's just a bruise.
Oh,
so.
Come on, man!
He left practice with a bruise.
Come on, man! Come on! I got a bruised finger from playing soccer with Ben right now, but I go to work every day. I kept going in at it. A bruise? Bro, I tore both my ACLs. And he talking about a bruise? Come on, dog.
A bruise.
A bruise? He was on the ground laying down for
Did you hear him as well? He's like, just praying it's nothing serious.
Man, come on.
Listen, I saw a clip of him after that. Dude, shoulder pads off, helmet off. Saw him walking around the sideline. Shoulder pads off.
Man, listen, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful because I believe that Christian Watson has a lot of talent. It seems like a very good kid. But, dog, this is why they say that basketball players and track runners shouldn't play football, right? Because these guys just ain't built for it. Christian Watson might be fast as hell, but also he just ain't built for getting hit. He's not. This is practice. He get hit in practice. This is guys not even shooting bullets at him. These are guys literally just, not tensing up and trying to, tag off or wrapping up.
We talking about practice.
Now wait to the NFL in an NFL game where he got to go across the middle and get smacked. Christian Watson's never going to be healthy. He's not. He's not tough enough in football sense to be able to play through these injuries. Like, I know he tries to gut it out sometimes, but obviously if you walking off the field in practice with a knee bruise and praying on, I hope I was okay, bro, it's a bruise. It's literally all it is a bump on a bone.
800-990-3776. Do you have Kyle's reaction on YouTube when he was listening to that sound in real time? Because that was amazing when he actually figured out that it was just a bruise.
Are you aware they also abruptly ended practice after said bruise?
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. That was the last play of practice.
They were that fearful that he was hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I did. Gosh. Is it correct that players also got on a knee when they saw it happen?
That I cannot confirm.
I thought I saw that.
So
did he
get hit in the head? I want to know if they thought he got hit in the head.
Josh from Heartland chimes in. I was at practice today, and Watson went down screaming in pain. I think it's just because he lost the jump ball to Evan Williams. Your microphone, you're supposed to talk into it.
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
It's wide receiver 1, Kyle.
No.
We're talking about practice.
Brad, Okay, Brad tells a great story about when he was a rookie or a second-year player in the NFL, and he got on a plane, and there was one seat left in the plane. It was close to Steve Smith. And Steve Smith told him, You can sit next to me, but you can't get up and don't say nothing to me. Christian Watson ain't got that type of energy. What would Steve Smith think of a player making all that noise and then he gets up and walks off, say, yeah, bro, it's a bruise?
He would berate. I don't think he'd be on the team anymore. Steve Smith would berate Christian Watson.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. Again, you can't depend on somebody where in that moment, right, where they feel a little bit of pain, instead of thinking, all right, let me just, toughen it out. They're thinking the worst, right? And I'm not saying it didn't hurt in the moment. I'm not saying that it wasn't a big collision. But I'm just concerned with Christian Watson's ability to be able to play through some type of pain. It just seems like every week there is something that we're talking about, some fear, some hamstring, just something. He can't be relied upon to be a guy that you can trust to be a number one. You just can't.
Should he just take out an insurance policy?
100%. And I don't know if they have them type of insurance policies at American Family Insurance, but we definitely can find out. And all you got to do is go to amfam.com. That is amfam.com. And we may not be Christian Watson. We may not be Romeo Dobbs or Jordan Love, so we can't bring out insurance on our body, but you can do life. But definitely when it comes to home and auto, you can bundle it with American Family Insurance. And they always make sure that your life is better with them because of the fact they take away any type of worries. If there's a hailstorm, you don't have to be concerned. If a tree falls into your house during a windstorm, you don't have to be concerned. If you get into a car accident, you don't have to be concerned because American Family Insurance is there to protect you and protect all your dreams. So visit amfam.com today to get a quote right there or find an agent. Remember, insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Visit amfam.com today.
Everyone's favorite segment becoming relevant. Woohoo! Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team, TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigora, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. One of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive one free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Looking for that ultimate game day hangout during football season? Welcome to Magoo's on the Mound, now open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. With 13 TVs, you won't miss a moment of the action. Enjoy our free 100-square pool with amazing prizes and a complimentary halftime buffet. Plus, we've got great drink specials to keep you cheering. And don't forget, we offer shuttles to and from all Milwaukee baseball games and State Fair. Magoo's on the Mound, where green and gold fans gather and where every game day is a win.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean, green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Finally, warmer weather, green grass, birds chirping. Don't spend your weekend surrounded by all that junk. Get your free, no obligation, same day estimate from Two Men and a Junk Truck. You'll restore your sanity and reclaim your space when Two Men and a Junk Truck pulls in your driveway. Visit twomenandajuncktruck.com for your free, no obligation estimate today.
Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. You hear him every weekday across these stations from 9 to noon on Wilde and Tausch. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, welcoming Old T in. What's up, Old T?
What's good, fellas?
Well, Christian Watson went down, and it was a knee to the side. We heard the audio after. He was praying that was nothing serious. Then he said it was just a bruise. And Kyle is a little upset right now. Anything to add, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm just... I don't know, Tausch. It's not the boy who cried wolf because he seriously has like hamstring injuries. But every time I look up, I just feel like Christian Watson's down. So like on Saturday during family night, Christian Watson was on the ground for a little bit. Today, Christian Watson's on the ground for a little bit. Like as a teammate, as a player, do you ever start saying, dang, like, bro is always on the ground. Like, does this bother you at all?
Well, I mean, I'm not bothered by it, but I definitely think his injury history should be a concern. And it does seem, obviously the Chiefs game last year, at the end of the game, he gets hurt and ends up missing some time. And, throughout his career, you'll have those stretches where he's playing really good football and then something happens and he misses time. And that's, I think, the big hurdle he needs to overcome for his career to be the success that he's hoping for, is to figure out, what can he do that doesn't happen? And, coaches will always say, stay off the ground. I mean, if you've ever been to a training camp practice, you'll hear coaches yelling that constantly because that's where you get rolled up and that's when stuff happens. So, I think Christian Watson, when he came into the league, and I'll never forget this, when Jason Wilde was up at the first rookie minicamp, he came back and everybody was excited because Christian Watson was an early pick. And Jason, it wasn't spindly. I think it was wiry is what he said. And when you come from a smaller school and you're a fast guy like that, you always wonder, how are you going to hold up? And I think for Christian Watson, when he has been healthy, he is a difference maker for this team. But that is always going to be the question. And, today at practice and, family night, those concerns always come up. And until, he can have a full season where he's able to play 17 weeks and be productive for the entire time, those question marks are going to continue to remain.
Tausch, did you have a chance to watch Hard Knocks yesterday?
I didn't, no. But what is it, the Bears? And then there's something, what were the big takeaways?
There are none. My biggest takeaway is there is something in the water of that building that makes me feel like they're going to continue to suck. Caleb Williams was the most uninteresting number 1 overall draft pick. No personality. Matt Eberflus is not somebody that moves the needle. It was just so, I could just feel the mediocrity watching Hard Knocks in the Bears. this should be like a huge moment for them to showcase why they may be great, and they're just boring, and it just like, don't watch it unless you just want to see what I'm seeing and tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay, I won't watch it. Thanks for the heads up. I'm actually always wondering what I can weed out, and I don't think I was going to watch Hard Knocks anyways, and now I definitely won't, so I appreciate that.
Tausch, more on the injury news. Jordan Morgan, the Green Bay Packers first-round O-lineman, out with a shoulder injury, and out looks like for a couple weeks maybe. Nothing crazy for week one, but it got me thinking about how these rookies, there's a certain reliance on the team that they're going to actually get in there and produce at a couple positions. If you could guarantee one rookie would stay healthy for the entire season, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a great. I think it's got to be Bullard for me, just because I think that's who, this team is going to need to be the most impactful, guy for this team. So, going back to Jordan Morgan, it's really an unfortunate deal because you give him a ton of credit. He was drafted. I think his mentality was he wanted to be the left tackle, and with Rasheed Walker playing good football, the Packers wanting to get Jordan Morgan in the mix and getting him in a position where he could play right away, that right guard spot was the first spot that I think they felt like, there's some opportunity for you to play. And he jumped in there and was able to grab it. And, number one on the unofficial depth chart, he was going to start in the preseason game this weekend. So I give him a ton of credit because I listened to Balaga on our show this morning. Very similar. First-round pick, was going to kind of slide around, and they tried to put him in at guard, and it didn't work. So Jordan Morgan was able to figure out a way to get, he's getting reps, he's doing it. It's just such an unfortunate timing for him because I think he was in position to really hold down and take that starting spot. Now, let's say he misses a week or 10 days or whatever it's going to end up being with his shoulder. He has never played guard before. Are the Packers and their staff going to feel good with him coming off of an injury, or are they just going to play Sean Ryan and let this thing roll when they go down to Brazil? So it's a really unfortunate injury for him, and it's for Sean Ryan, and very fortunate that he's going to get another opportunity to get out there and kind of hold on to that starting spot. So that was a really unfortunate piece of news that dropped during Matt LaFleur's press conference this morning.
Real quick, so what is it about Bullard then that you said I would take Bullard over guaranteeing that Jordan Morgan or any other rookie would be healthy and contribute? What is it about Bullard that you say this guy's got to be the guy?
Yeah, well, I mean, you asked a kind of a big hypothetical question, and when you start looking at, where do the Green Bay Packers need a real impact player? And one of these rookies that are a high pick, obviously Jordan Morgan's a first-round pick. Sean Ryan played good football for Green Bay last year. I think if you're asking me who I think can make the biggest impact as a rookie and would love for him to stay healthy, it just seems like word that Bullard is playing good football, that he's versatile. I think he's a guy that they're going to be counting on to make a lot of plays, and hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy and pair up with McKinney or whatever they're going to end up doing in that back end, and he can be that difference maker when it comes to making plays and not just sitting back making tackles. I'm talking about takeaways and, kind of helping Hafley implement the defense that he wants. I think he is going to be a key player in doing that.
Yeah, I agree. That could be a great dynamic tandem back there with McKinney and Bullard.
Talking with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Old T, news was we're going to see a little bit of the starters in the preseason game on Saturday. Would you rather see the offense humming? I know it's going to be vanilla, in preseason, or the defense show a little bit of moxie and something different than what we've seen in the past?
So that's a good question because I guess I hadn't realized until the last couple of days that the offense has been struggling up during camp. I know that the defense has had its days where the offense is doing a bunch of push-ups and everything else, but I think there's maybe getting to the point where there's a little bit of concern about how this offense is going to function. And especially now, if Zach Tom, he's not going to play, Jordan Morgan's not going to play. I'm probably getting maybe a little bit more concerned than maybe I was the beginning of the week about where this offense is. But even with all that said, I really am excited to see what this defense is going to look like. And it doesn't matter if it's vanilla or whatever it's going to be, who Cleveland decides to play. I don't really care. I want to see what the attitude and the, not even really schematic, just what's the approach going to look like? How much different is it than what we've seen under Joe Barry with Jeff Hafley? And that's, I think you want to set that tone right from the jump when you get out there, and however many reps they end up playing, I'm really intrigued. Even with some of the struggles the offense is having and the question marks, this is new, and this is what I'm probably most intrigued to see when these guys line up over the weekend.
Old T, Jordan Love joined Kay Adams up in Adams and talked about his leadership and how he would, describe how he leads, and he said more of a fun leadership method. I want to know from you, which leadership style did you enjoy more, Favre or Rodgers?
Well, I mean, that's a question that I think, Aaron, at my point where I finished in my career with Aaron, he was just getting started from a leadership standpoint. But I'm a tough love guy. I always enjoyed. I didn't mind if you got after me if I deserved it, and the same respect goes the other way, because that's just how I was wired. You watching, just down at Badgers camp over the last couple of days and watching how coaches are approaching, it's just a different era. I don't think that tough love, you don't see that as much. But for me personally, I was always about tough love. I think you need to make sure everybody understands what the goals and the expectations are. And if you're not meeting them, I'm not interested in orange slices and little pats on the tush. It's more about, hey, you got to get moving and get your butt going. Not, oh, Charlie, get it next time, because it's not the reality of how things work, at least how I approached it.
Absolutely love that. I love that, Tauscher. But Tauscher, going back to that defense and talking about the performance, are you buying in? I know right now you kind of talked about the offense having to get going a little bit, but are you buying into this defense actually being a rising defense in the NFL this year?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope so. I can't say yes for sure because we haven't seen it. It's, from whatever you're watching at practice, family night, and, even if the preseason, if these guys look like the 85 Bears, are we going to say, uh-oh, here we go? Because you're not going to be seeing everybody's best stuff. But I really am excited, and when you're talking about listening to what Jordan Love had to say and Matt LaFleur, it's different. That's what we all wanted. That's when we were saying at the end of last season, it has to be different. There needs to be more aggressiveness. We need more playmakers. We need guys that will take the football away, and that all you hear about throughout training camp is there's a lot more interceptions than there's been in the past. That's a great start because last year I think 7 picks for the whole season.
Yep.
It really is tough to win in this league, and it's really a testament to the group that they were able to find a way into the playoffs, win a playoff game with that dismal of a takeaway deal. That part, I think you have to be excited about and hopeful that that's what Jeff Hafley's going to bring, because if it is, big time, the expectation game is already high, and if this defense can do that, I think the sky is the limit for what this football team can achieve.
Well, Old T, thank you for joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Here is your virtual orange slices and a pat on the tush, and we will talk to you next week.
A little tushy. All right, thanks, guys.
That's Old T, Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. A little tushy tush. A little tushy tush. Anything to add? You said, wait.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the Hall Monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. I am Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
You would vote the opening of the show should be Brett Favre as an alien.
If a guy wrote a song for me, it would probably be my opening.
All right.
That's just me.
Well, but how many other people do you think have written a song for me?
None.
Pepper, what's your vote?
I will say 0 as well.
You guys are so mean and accurate.
Thank you.
The Homer Hour with Homer. Weekdays from 5 to 6. Right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, now is the time to beat the heat with a refreshing new shower or bath from Kohler Services. A family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer took place on Friday, July 12th at the Waukesha Gun Club. This amazing day raised over $275,000 for childhood cancer research. Sponsors of Christopher's Shoot at the Waukesha Gun Club included Durrell Equipment Rental, Edgerton Contractors Inc., Hush Blackwell, Moyer Company, Lippert Floor and Tile, N2 Advantage Law, the Dawson Family, and Townsend Construction Inc. Thank you to these local businesses for their generosity and hundreds of people who donated to Christopher's Shoot Against Childhood Cancer.
There's lots to see and do at the Dodge County Fair. Fun for me and you. There's good times in the air.
A delicious cream puff, country and rock concerts, and you coming out to the Dodge County Fair would make it better. I'm Michelle Stengler, your 2024 Dodge County Fairist of the Fair, inviting you to join us August 14th through the 18th for 5 unforgettable days of fun. Come join from dancing to a Tracy Birdsong favorite watermelon crawl to the meat animal sale on Thursday evening to checking out our youth and open class exhibitors. Enjoy a lunch from our food trucks to the co-op building supporting many agricultural organizations and have fun at our carnival rides. Join us near Beaver Dam August 14th through the 18th at the Dodge County Fair. Find daily schedules and ticket information at DodgeCountyFairgrounds.com or follow along on Facebook and Instagram at Dodge County Fairist of the Fair.
So come on, everyone, to the Dodge County Fair.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Christian Watson went down earlier at practice. Brad, you saw something? We all know it ended practice, but they were huddling around him?
Yeah, reports from the scene itself. Per The Athletic, quote, handful of players were on a knee around Christian Watson, who was face down for a while, but turned back on his back. Love targeted Watson in the end zone during 2 minutes, but was picked off by Evan Williams. Didn't see how Watson got hurt. He gets up after a couple of minutes, but thankfully, walking on his own.
Yeah, thankfully, yes.
I just would also like to add this from 11/5/23. I forget which game it was, but I remember seeing this and I was like, wait, is this a real tweet? Like I had to double check. Christian Watson has been taken to the locker room with a chest injury, a back injury. He also is being evaluated for a concussion.
It's a lot.
He got hit so hard everything hurt.
And to tie a bow on this was Christian Watson talking to the media after players were circled around him on a knee.
It's a little sore, but it's just a bruise. So nothing that's going to stop me from doing anything.
It stopped him from practicing today. What is he talking about?
That ended practice for everybody.
He literally ended practice for a bruise. I just want us to understand that.
There are some guys that, like you said, Kyle, they just don't have the body type for playing football. Like, some guys have the gene to where they just fall the right way, they tackle the right way, they have contact the right way, where they don't get injured. Other guys have the exact opposite, where every bit of contact causes injury.
It's not going to stop me from what I'm trying to do.
He literally said that after he completely ended practice from a bruise. I hope he realized this is what when they asked Christian Watson what's wrong, this is what he sound like.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
That's him. Legitimately, that's him. Every time. That's what I think of when I think of Christian Watson.
Every time I look, your brother's down.
Basically.
Spinal.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, I'm Jeff Levering alongside Gina Della from Pella.
Thanks, Jeff. How do you say welcome?
With a new entry door from Pella.
Say it with color.
Like baseball bat oak or foul pole yellow?
Say it with class.
Like following players' unwritten baseball rules.
With clarity.
Like a no-doubter shot off the scoreboard.
And with this great deal, 0% interest for up to 3 years with no money down in equal payments.
That's the ball game. A Pella walk-off.
Schedule your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See 31/2024.
Homer here. There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. She wants a diamond. You know it, I know it, and Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge selection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $9.99? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $9.99 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Better for less. Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. They got some of mine. Remember, before you do anything, call Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit RobertHackDiamonds.com for information, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions!
The Bucks in 6 podcast presents a special series commemorating the Bucks championship run in 2021. From the thrilling Game 7 overtime victory against the Nets.
Durant shooting, got it at the buzzer! No, it's a 2-pointer.
To the 50-point statement made by Giannis in the finals.
A 50-point game! That's the stuff of legend.
Immerse yourself in the sounds of each playoff round with Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I don't know why. I'm punch-struck on this injury. Christian Watson went down to practice. Everyone took a knee. It ended practice, but it's not going to stop him from doing anything he needs to do, except today. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. Alex Strofe running the show. Cody says, get rid of Watson. He texted that 3 times in a row. Dave from Aaron chimes in with something I can't read on air about Christian Watson.
I can only imagine the talk around the locker room. Because it ended practice, right? So when guys would go through a major injury or a major injury scare, you usually don't know what the diagnosis is, right? So guys start talking. I imagine like the early dinner, guys would be like, hey man, what happened with Christian? Is he all right? Oh yeah. It was just a bruise. Like I'd be like, it was a bruise? Like that it would land as so surprising. Like everyone has a bruise. I could even get bruised getting run into.
When would you get a bruise as a punter?
Run into Ben and yelled at by the coach
in training camp.
You get like a guy who is number 88 on the roster. And he's trying to make a name for himself. I mean, that dude would then get eviscerated. But two camps I got ran into pretty bad.
Your plant leg or your kick?
One time it was plant, one time it was kick. The plant one is scary.
Oh, I bet it was scary. I bet they really ripped into that guy.
Cody sent it a fourth time. Get rid of Watson.
No, and for real. And this is not. His reaction to the injury is not why I believe we should trade Christian Watson. It's the fact that he always seems to be injured is the reason why I feel like we can trade Christian Watson. When I say trade Christian Watson, I want him to have a good year so his value goes up. But you cannot trust somebody like this to be able to be available when you need him the most. And I don't believe Christian Watson, when we look at the end of his career, and hopefully he has a long, fruitful career, and I hope he plays 10 years. But when we look at games played, I can promise you this. Christian Watson will never he won't have more than 3 seasons of 18 games or 17 games. He won't. It just won't happen, right? And that was our biggest frustration with Aaron Jones, is the fact that Aaron Jones just was not healthy enough, which led the Green Bay Packers to be okay with moving on from him.
Oh, baby. Now this is some breaking news.
About 2 weeks ago, Kyle Wallace set off Twitter after him calling Jordan Love selfish for sitting out of camp for 4 days. Well, if we all wind the clocks back about 3 months around the NBA playoffs, Kyle Wallace was a little bit tough on Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a direct quote from Thanasis. Who the bleep is Kyle, and why does he love the Bucks one day and hate us the next?
Wait, what?
Wow.
Wait a minute, time out. What are we talking about here?
What you mean what we talking about?
Wait, what?
I have sources that have told me that Thanasis has come at you because of things that you've said about Giannis. So now you've taken out Giannis, you've taken out Jordan Love. Who on the Brewers do we need to put on alert?
Wait a minute, time out. What is Thanasis doing worried about me right now? What?
Grease got eliminated, so he can focus.
He's focused on the Bucks.
And I'm telling you this right now, Thanasis. You're a good guy. I love you. Hope you're back. Get healthy. But y'all saw the video when I shook up with Thanasis. Y'all said hello. Ben said hello. Brad said hello. And then he shook up with me. He wanted to say hello to me. That's my guy. Don't act like that, Thanasis. You know who I am. We guys. We boys.
How much you want to bet next time he sees you, he don't dap you?
Yeah, it won't be a warm welcome.
Okay. Thanasis, I love Giannis.
And the Bucks Pro Shop is not going to send you any gear.
I mess with the Antetokounmpo store. I mess with both of the brothers. I am a staunch supporter of Giannis, and I'm a staunch supporter of Thanasis. I think Thanasis is better than what people give him credit for. He's in the NBA. He's a good NBA player. I mean, he's not elite, but I mean, he's in the NBA.
Just quit while you're ahead sometimes.
Yeah. What?
Sometimes you just got to quit while you're ahead.
I don't understand.
I mean, he's not elite, you know.
He knows he's not. But what is this? This happened 3-4 months ago. What is going on?
I'm just saying your words carry weight.
Kyle, I'll just say, man, you should take this as a badge of honor. You're a big deal.
No,
you're living rent free in a professional athlete's head.
No, that's not the person. Listen,
who the bleep is Kyle?
He is on the home team. I like TA. That's home. He's a teammate here at Good Karma Branch. You can hear the Thanasis podcast.
You know, teammates can have beef.
Yeah, well, I don't want to have. I stay out of beef with teammates, and that's the one I don't want to beef with. Come on, you know what? Whoever sent you that, tell Thanasis, give him my number so we can talk. I want to talk to TA, and I want to make sure everything's cool. And let
Gilbert Brown, the gravedigger, told you not to touch him.
Yes.
Why are you making so many enemies?
For as big of a fan as you are.
Yeah, you're really not well received.
I know, right? And the thing is, all the brothers, too. I made Gilbert mad, TA mad. Now I came at Christian Watson. But Christian did it himself.
Pick on us white guys.
Jordan Love.
You got Brad and Ben right here.
Maybe y'all should be more pickable. Y'all don't be doing nothing. I mean, I don't know.
Brad's weird as hell.
Supposed to get mad at Josh Myers. Come on now. What supposed to do? Real Pat Connaughton?
Anders Carlson.
I do go at his neck. I don't know. I don't. This is shocking to me. This is breaking news to me too. I don't want to have beef with TA. Who did this? I know who did this. I know exactly who did this. Trying to throw my name through the dirt all the way.
It was brought up out of the blue, apparently.
And you know how close that family is. It's going to get back to the big man.
It's going to get to Giannis. I don't want to get to Giannis.
It's going to get to Mama too.
Yeah, and I know how Giannis act. I was at the Thanasis Live where he didn't mess with Stephen A. Smith. I'm not Stephen A.
Yeah,
okay?
you are.
Young Stephen A.
Young Stephen A.
Stephen A. on air. I ain't got the money Stephen A. got. I ain't got the personality guy. I love my Bucks. I love my Packers. I don't want beef with Giannis.
I love when he does the "I love my."
I love it.
After
I love you.
I eviscerate you, but I
I
love
gotta trade you.
Well, in the end, though, I was right about how the season ended.
Oh wow, double down.
No, I'm just saying. I can love somebody and give them tough love. Tauscher just talked about it, right? What? TA, he wants oranges and fruit. That's what he wants.
And a pat on the tush.
And a pat on the tush? No, he don't want that. Giannis wasn't raised like that. TA wasn't raised like that.
Oh, so now you're telling
So
him how
are you
they were
telling
raised.
him he should have received it better?
I seen the movie. That's not what it is. He should have took that better, and I turned out to be correct.
Mike chimes in. Someone get Kyle a shovel or a ladder. Man has dug himself quite a hole this year.
I mean, man, not what I expect. It wasn't on my
Think about the impact
card.
you're making, though. You are making an impact.
No, I here's the thing that's the one thing. Let's get real, okay?
Yeah, let's get real.
Working in radio,
put the camera just on Kyle. It's get real with Kyle time.
You know what I've realized in the last year, right? And in relationships, right? I was in a relationship before, back when I was in my early 20s. And in a relationship, the one thing that we always had disagreements with, I'm like, girl, it seems to me that you only remember the negative times and don't remember the good times, right? You don't remember all the good that we had together, right? That was the problem. And so now when I think about Jordan Love's situation and Christian Watson's dad retweeting me, I've said a lot of great things about Jordan Love. I love me some Jordan Love, but the one time I'm critical, his Christian Watson daddy want to retweet me. Why do we focus on the bad? We can move to Giannis and the Bucks. I am a Bucks stan, a hard supporter of Giannis. I love me some Giannis, and I appreciate TA. Season ticket holder, and then they trap me for another year. So I'll be there this year as well.
Hit your card?
Yeah, I hit my card. Everybody, I'm telling you, every time that money come, I'm like, what the heck? I can't wait till that bill is done getting paid. But I am a big fan of the Bucks, and instead of TA focusing on the love that he had for me when he first saw me and first met me and knowing I'm a Bucks fan, he focused on the one negative that came to be correct. That's all he wants to talk about. Why can't we focus on the positive? I'm learning that people don't care about the good things you say. They only care about the controversial things.
What do you got to say about Christian Yelich's back?
That ain't me. That's on you. You need to own up to that one because you the one who had him sign the jersey of Wade Miley, and he ain't been the same since. So that ain't me. That's my boy.
Good point, actually.
Damn this show. We're ruining everything.
The show is cursing. It's cursing the Wisconsin sports.
Brad, what are you going to curse here?
Anders Carlson. We brought a specialist on the show, and then the kicker sucked.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah,
Mason would
Crosby.
never.
Yep, for like 18 years. A punter joins the show, boom, kicker problems.
Brad, just don't be like Ben and I.
Should also mention the 1 year Brad was full time in media. The Badgers won 7 games. The Jaguars were worse than they were the year prior.
Cratered.
And the Panthers were the worst team in the league.
Oh, Brad.
What have you done wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm perfect.
Yeah, obviously. Practice Pro Shop loves him. I don't understand
I'm perfect.
it. Really don't understand it whatsoever.
Moved to Milwaukee was the best decision of my life.
Yeah, I'm just frustrated with all this. I'm legitimately upset that TA said that because that was my guy, right? I was hoping that TA would never ever respond like that, but I'm actually upset. He was my guy, and now all of a sudden
shouldn't talk bad about his brother Giannis.
I will say, athletes nowadays, it's not a good thing that they hear so much. They hear too much and they respond too much. I mean, for real. Like when we got media training in the NFL, even in college, it was like, don't respond to that. That's like all part of the world. It's not, it's not. It's not
mean
directive
tweeting
of your
your
life.
ass?
I get some mean tweets every once in a while.
Really?
Brad has some shanks, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got a couple of shanks
Kyle,
in my record.
Are you familiar with the term gaslighting?
Oh, okay.
I still don't understand.
I don't understand it either.
The definition
I don't
is
like it.
to manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning. Therefore, Kyle is saying you should ignore the negatives and only focus on the positives. Are you gaslighting us right now?
I'm not gaslighting anybody. I'm trying to look at life glass half full. That's all it is.
It don't sound like it.
No, listen. Okay.
You're being rather negative, I would
I'm
argue.
not being negative. So
look at your tone right now. You're yelling at us.
Oh my gosh,
Great
I'm
point,
having
Ben.
flashbacks.
Is this
right
like a
now.
relationship
My
with your
goodness.
ex-girlfriend?
What I'm going to say to y'all is what I told all these peoples, okay, is that just because I love you does not mean I cannot be critical of you. I'm not perfect. Ben isn't perfect. Brad isn't perfect. Strofe isn't perfect. Giannis isn't perfect. Christian Yelich isn't perfect. Christian Watson isn't perfect.
Man, why are you on your high horse yelling at everybody?
Because everybody isn't perfect. Jordan Love ain't perfect. And he is not, exempt from having any criticism on something that he does.
Hey, Strofe, I would just like you to cut each person that he called out individually, like Giannis and Jordan Love. Jordan Love ain't perfect.
Talk about manipulation. Goodness gracious.
He manipulates me all the time. He knows that he's on the fringe to get invited to my wedding, and then he can just click a button from Mark Tauscher, and Tausch says something along the lines of, if Strofe was paying attention and listening to me, he'd hit it.
This is crazy, man. I'll wait till the break. I'm going to send a text message during the break. I might make a phone call.
Who you texting?
I'm going to make a phone call. If they together, I'm going to make a phone call. Put them on the phone.
All right, we'll try and get him on the phone next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, and if Doc replicates what Booty did last year, or all I'm saying
Come on, guys. His name is Coach Bud.
If he replicates
Coach Booty,
what Coach Bud
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with some delays along 41 southbound from about Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 also going to be backed up before Hampton all the way down past Keefe. Northbound slow from Fond du Lac up to Keefe. And westbound 94 filled in right from the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Two Men in a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to twomeninAjunkTruck.com for a free, no-obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly clear skies, low of 63. It'll be in the 50s inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Afternoon, slight chance for rain. A high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Dobbs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so criminally. Like, he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
You know Fleet Farm's got everything for everyday life. But did you also know we have the best prices guaranteed every day? Pet food, wild bird food, automotive, hunting, fishing, farming, you name it. All your everyday essentials, all at the best prices guaranteed. And if you happen to find a lower price elsewhere, we'll match it. Any day, every day. Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life at the best prices guaranteed.
Finally, warmer weather, green grass, birds chirping. Don't spend your weekend surrounded by all that junk. Get your free, no obligation, same day estimate from Two Men and a Junk Truck. You'll restore your sanity and reclaim your space when Two Men and a Junk Truck pulls in your driveway. Visit twomeninAjunkTruck.com for your free, no obligation estimate today.
Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. Tell them I sent you and get an additional $250 off your project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust, alongside the most polarizing sports radio host across the land. His name is Kyle Wallace, the next Stephen A. Smith.
No.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, and the guy everyone loves in Alex Stroh run the show.
Unless I get paid like Stephen A., I don't like that label. You get paid like $7 million.
I like mine.
I don't know why I'm being so nice to you.
Stroh's the punter of the show. It's just everyone's friend, right? He's everyone's friend. They're to support. They're to encourage. Everyone likes him.
800-990-3776 on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. We have a former punter on the show who was everyone's best friend in the locker room. As he tries to solve world problems, we do it here on Hear Brad Out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. You know me. You know I'm all about the advancement of football, whatever that looks like, however that looks like. But that is not true for every situation. And there is one thing that I have seen that it's got to change, and I hate the way that football is growing in this way. This is, of course, the 2028 flag football Olympic Games. Guys, I hate it. I hate this flag football.
Wait a minute,
stuff.
There's flag football in the Olympics?
Flag football coming to the Olympics.
Tyreek Hill already said he wants to play. He burned them up.
It's 5-on-5. It's going to be like on a 50-yard field. I hate everything about this, guys. Look, it doesn't even look like football in the true sense of the word. They're not having the same amount of players on the field. They're not using the same equipment. There's no helmets. There's no shoulder pads. There's not the same rules, not even the same strategy. There's not even the same players. There's no O-linemen. There's no specialists. This isn't football at all. The exact way that flag football is played is closer to ultimate frisbee than it is the actual game of football. I think this is a diluted type of football to put on the world stage. If you want to play flag football, you want to play football like that in the backyard when, after Thanksgiving, you go ahead and do that. A local league, sure, I'm all for it. But to put football on a world stage and have it be flag football, it doesn't even look like the product we know and love. And how do I know this doesn't look like it and there's not a lot of interest in it? The Pro Bowl games. Guys, the Pro Bowl has tried so many ways to make it interesting, make it entertaining. They tried flag football the last couple of years. I don't know if you watched it. I watched it for about 5 minutes.
I watched a lot of it.
I turned it off. I can't wait to hear what your impressions were of it. It is not even close to the actual game of football that we know and love. And finally, as much as I love the U.S. winning gold, being the best in the world at almost anything, guys, it's going to be so lopsided, it won't even be entertaining. The U.S. is going to smack every single country.
I love watching us smack everybody. Tyreek Hill running by 5 people down the sideline.
I thought this was Hear Brad Out.
It'll be like watching a human being squish an ant with their thumb. That's how entertaining it will be. It won't even be close. They're going to run up the score. It's not even going to be entertaining. It's going to be an easy gold. I want football to advance. I do not want it to advance this way. In Olympic flag football. I don't like anything about it, guys. It's got to be done with. If you're going to have a football in the Olympics, just play football. Put on helmets, 11 on 11, actually make it a game of football, not some watered down version of the game on a global level that's closer to ultimate frisbee than it is actual football.
Brad, I enjoy your Hear Brad Out. They're decent. Some are good. This one, I feel like it was a little bit of a stretch. Do you remember us watching the Olympics and watching
rugby?
Fiji? Yeah, watching rugby.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. Watching USA, just watching them score, the other team, Fiji, score I don't even know. Try after try after try. Is that what they call it?
Run after run after run.
It was entertaining. I would love to see, as Ben said, Tyreek Hill dusting people. I would love to see Josh Jacobs juking people. I would love to see Jordan Love
Jacobs ain't going to be on that team. We need speed.
I know you do need speed.
I need the top 5 NFL average speed on like a 50-yard play. You know how they calculate that?
I would have so much fun watching that game because, as Ben said, I am all about Americans winning gold, and I like trying to see, can they get 100? Oh, they blew them up by how much? I love that. And the last thing I have is this. They have basketball in the Olympics, but they also have something called 3 versus 3 basketball.
Which is so lame.
Exactly. So if you can have lame 3v3 basketball for those who aren't good at basketball, like Jimmer Fredette, then you can have flag football for America.
And the good news is the 3v3 basketball, they haven't been using NBA players. It sounds like the NFL players want to participate. So if we're going to have flag football, we're going to dust them up and meep, we're gone.
It's going to be filthy how lopsided these games are. But Kyle, the difference between rugby and flag football, the fun part about rugby was guys breaking tackles, the physicality of it. You want to just see guys running in open space.
When they hit the edge, when they hit the sideline on the edge
you
there.
Just grab the flag and throw it on the ground. Hey, you're down. Hey, you're down right here.
Brad, you punted, man. Why are you hating on skill position players?
I'm
not hating on them, but this isn't football.
What they have punting as part of it as well? We could punt the ball.
There's no punting. Another reason why this is a
If there was, would you be for it?
Hell yeah.
Brad, but wait a minute.
It's a biased take.
No, I would.
No, Brad, no. Listen to this. If they had punting in it, I guarantee you, if, I don't know, somebody from USA Football said, hey, Brad Nortman, are you interested in trying out for Team USA for our flag football team? You would say no?
No, I would probably do it. But
exactly.
But as a viewer, as a fan, as someone who is now in sports media, who is not primarily a punter anymore, I am the
You're finally starting to get that in your brain.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
I think that this is
a
lame version of a worldwide scale football event. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be honest. Flag football. It's so far from actual.
It's relatable.
It's
relatable.
This is very elitist of Brad. I made it to the NFL.
No,
why don't you do like me?
I'm focused on the organic, real nature of football. It's tough. It's physical. It's not
the organic nature of football and the idea of flag football is anybody can get 5 guys together and find another 5 and play flag football. That's relatable to the audience that they can everyone can run, but not everyone can run as fast at the 100 meters. We watched Noah Lyles.
But the whole part of the Olympics is they're doing things that are inhuman. They're like, wow, how do they do that?
Tyreek Hill will be doing things that are inhuman.
I mean, he will.
So you're on my team.
I just think that for the game to advance, I think it's going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be interesting.
Brett, you think scoring touchdowns and running past people and juking people is going to be boring? Really?
Yeah.
Have you watched 7-on-7 football and passing leagues?
All I did was
you know what the USA would do each time the USA has the football?
Banger, 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 banger.
I mean, that's true, Mina.
Banger, 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 banger.
100-0.
It will be absurdly lopsided.
And also,
absurdly.
we need some redemption because whatever USA football team was getting smacked by China, getting smacked by Australia, getting smacked by Poland, and
Austria, all
Canada. We need to make up for that.
Let me pose this to you now. What's more important that the NFL wins gold in? Basketball? Like real basketball or flag football in 2028?
That the NFL wins gold?
Or that the America.
Yeah.
Sorry, the NFL is America.
It's still basketball, but the NFL is not a global game yet. So if you get to start at flag football and the game continues to grow and there is a Olympic football, we'd win every time still.
I just think flag football is the way that we're going to showcase football on a world stage. It's just soft.
I mean,
I disagree.
Somewhere.
I think if you have Peacock and you want to watch the Packers versus the Eagles in Sao Paulo, you can watch that anywhere in the world.
How come there isn't a thriving flag football league that everybody wants to watch normally?
Because you have NFL football.
Bingo. And what does NFL football have?
I mean, danger.
Danger, excitement, physicality.
Ding, ding, ding.
There's no level of flag football that people are wanting to tune into. It's just
you're barbaric and elitist.
You are.
All in one.
I watch.
A barbaric elitist.
I definitely will watch. If there was when there will be Team USA, I would definitely watch it. I hope they allow NFL players to play.
Oh, and they're gonna smack the other countries. Smack them.
Not one of my favorite here. Brad's out.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just
shooting
my
cold
shot.
Streak last week was sucks
Here
too.
Brad's out.
Yeah, like.
Here, Brad out.
You just call it not one of my favorite. Here, Brad out.
Strofe, what's your take on this?
He's just the grammar police back there.
Yeah, I'm just the grammar police. You did a good job.
Oh, stop it.
Do you
flag football's going to stink. I'm not in on it.
Thank you, Strofe. Finally,
I didn't watch a
wisdom.
lick of the 3-on-3 basketball.
Did you come up with this idea, drinking anything on your couch?
I mean, one of the best of my ideas come is when I am on the couch at the Nortman estate and I crack open a carbless. That's because I'm always cracking open carbless, no matter what I'm doing. Whether it be sitting on the Nortman couch, I'm going to a Brewers game, I'm tailgating, I'm on the lake. This weekend we'll be up north at the lake. I'm going to be drinking carbless. Carbless is my go-to summer drink. Also fall, winter, spring. Anytime I'm looking to kick back, relax, have the cocktail, I'm drinking carbless. That's because it's a premium cocktail that's truly guiltless. I mean, I work out, I try to eat healthy. Carbless allows me to have that guilt-free experience while also having a good time. No carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, less carbonation. Somehow they threaded the needle perfectly to be able to give you that carbonation that's refreshing, but not so much that leads to bloat. And it's only 100 calories per can, made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. There's truly a flavor for everybody. I mean, the summer really feels like fruit flavors, doesn't it? Black cherry, cranberry, lemon lime.
Banger.
Also, the classic cocktails like Paloma, Margarita, Moscow Mule, Mojito.
Banger.
And let me tell you about the Margarita 4-pack. I mean, it's full of
bangers.
After. Carbless has nothing but in their flavor profile. If you have not discovered why Liss is more, it is finally time to do so. Wonderful at your tradition, Strofe. Liss is more. If you haven't found that out, now is the time. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you.
All right, I lied earlier. I said we had everyone's favorite segment, but it was Mark Tauscher. Everyone's favorite segment with the most loved guy in the Green Bay media, Alex Strofe, becoming relevant. Next. Becoming relevant with Alex Strofe is always good.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's pretty good.
I
either crush him or suck at him.
He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Whoa.
That's what acting is.
Why can't we come together?
Yeah,
you
were very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound 43 is going to be a bit slow from Silver Spring all the way down past almost to Burleigh. Northbound's going to be backed up coming out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Westbound 94 delays from 13th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, with the eastbound side slowing down from Hawley Road to about 35th Street. Southbound 41, watch for delays coming in from the county line all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound so far, so good. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit JamesImaging.com and check in the TMJ Ford Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63 with the 50s inland. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy, afternoon, slight chance for rain, a high of 80. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11. Member FDIC.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance, like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA Oak Creek help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly story inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can get 15% off their Ikea purchases. Visit Ikea Oak Creek or check out the Ready for College section on ikea.com/US to learn more.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results Mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to Mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Hi, it's Haley from the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek. Come see me today. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's, Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, I'm Jeff Levering alongside Gina Della from Pella.
Thanks, Jeff. How do you say welcome?
With a new entry door from Pella.
Say it with color.
Like baseball bat oak or foul pole yellow?
Say it with class.
Like following players' unwritten baseball rules.
With clarity.
Like a no-doubter shot off the scoreboard.
And with this great deal, 0% interest for up to 3 years with no money down and equal payments.
That's the ball game. A Pella walk-off.
Schedule your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Some restrictions apply. See 3/1/2024.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The next edition of Behind the Bucks is here on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher. Buck stars share their experiences from competing on the world's biggest international stage. From battling against their Bucks teammates to teaming up with fierce rivals, all for the glory of gold. Behind the Bucks offers unique access and deep storytelling for Bucks fans unlike ever before. Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Find it on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, he reads better than all of us, and he's the grammar police. He's our guy, Alex Strofe, running the show. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. Brad Nortman and UKBN Nation can get in at 800-990-3776, but it's time now to become relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Yeah. There's the excitement I was looking for. Well, guys, being in here from 2 to 5 every day doesn't allow me to get out into the field as much as I'd like. You know what I'm saying?
You might want to rephrase with a girlfriend.
Well, I wasn't saying the field.
No, he didn't say
single
the streets.
women.
The streets.
Saying like
gotta play the field. Gotta play the field.
I'm not up in Green Bay right now. I'm not getting exclusive one-on-ones with Christian Watson. But that's why I open the wallet sometimes. I hire people like our pro bono reporter. Let's go to Green Bay.
Hi, Christian. Josh from Heartland here. Freelance pro bono sideline reporter for 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Man, saw the last play there. Hit the ground pretty hard. Why don't you tell me about it? Yeah, Joe put a good ball in the back of the end zone. Evan was coming up in one-on-one, and he made a good play on the ball. We both hit the ground, and, I really felt like I was really upset that he came away with the ball, and I felt some grass hit my knee. And so I just let out a big scream, laid on the ground there for a little bit, trying to compose myself. I give 110% on everything, not just on the field, but also on the ground. I give 110%, so really wanted to really own the moment. But, it is what it is, and, just glad to get up and be able to walk off on my own strength. And I just want to give all glory to God and all glory to @Tim Watson on X. All right, Christian, thank you for your time. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Christian. Fellas, what do you make of the exclusive?
I thought it was great to hear that he gives 110% on the ground where he spends the majority of his time on the football field. So
Yeah.
We got that going for us.
The grass is a nasty, nasty opponent. I mean, it can get you. That's
The
what
turf monster.
It's in his head.
No, it got A.J. Dillon, and then also it gets my allergies as well. I'm allergic to grass. I don't want to fall on the ground either.
Are you allergic to grass?
Yeah. During
when you cut the grass, are you just sneezing?
No.
Shoot.
It's not. It's when like in football you practice on grass back in the day. We didn't have turf like that. And you fall on the grass and you get rashy sometimes, you get allergic. It's this little stuff in the air, so it gets you.
Pollen,
ragweed, whatever it's called. I don't know.
Good work, Strofe. Way to send the boots on the ground.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I was allergic to it. That's all I know.
I'll be Venmoing each of you for our pro bono reporter.
Pro bono means free.
Until they get paid.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How much
bono
did
means you do something for free.
Why did he Venmo request me?
I don't know. That's not pro bono. That's for hire. That is for hire.
Hold on. Hand up. I didn't know what pro bono meant.
The only reason why I do is because of Suits and Law and Order.
You actually,
I thought it meant like freelance, but he also said freelance.
for someone,
it's a Ben Brust moment right there.
No, yeah, for
Grammar
someone.
police.
No, but
come on, man! You can't be the grammar police and the smart guy if you don't know pro bono.
The grammar police, I'm an idiot.
But for someone who didn't know what pro bono meant, you did a good job using it.
He didn't really use it. Josh and Heartland used
it. Pro bono is the Latin phrase for professional work undertaken voluntarily and without payment.
Who does that?
Attorneys do it all the time for people. There's a lot of people who get out of prison and don't have money or a lot of other things. People do stuff pro bono.
When's the last time you did something pro bono?
Sunday Karma every Sunday.
I was just going to say, that is exactly what popped in my head.
That's pro
Producing
bono.
Sunday Karma 10 to noon
Is that
on
part
ESPN
of his job
Wisconsin.
responsibilities?
No, it was not.
Have you ever asked for some money?
Actually, I did get a little small raise for doing the show.
What, $5?
If you spread it out over the last couple years, yeah, baby, yeah.
It's a good rate.
That sounds like you get paid. That's not pro bono.
$5 a show, maybe.
Yeah, that ain't pro bono. You got paid.
It's got to be free.
Yeah.
Free.
I did it for pro bono for about 18.
It looks like you are pro bono with the way you dress coming in.
Facts.
I do look very bummy. You haven't seen me on Sunday. Oh, you see me on the camera?
I watched the video stream.
I look good this last Sunday.
You dress up on Sunday or do you go more casual?
Heavens, no,
He doesn't shower. He famously worked out, didn't shower, and came to do the show the next morning. Sleeping while going to sleep after a workout that you sweat is the nastiest thing in the world.
Ben, have you ever done anything pro bono?
Hell no.
I need to learn from you.
Brad?
I would do some financial plans pro bono.
Oh, well.
Brad is my pro bono financial advisor.
Back I would do the full plan, the whole thing.
Hey, Brad, you want to work with me?
Brad, you got some free time?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Whoa!
Hey.
You were my sole pro bono.
I'm not exclusive pro bono.
We signed a contract.
A contract of pro bono?
Yeah.
A transaction?
You can only work for me for free.
Guys, the streak is dead.
What streak?
The Chicago White Sox got a win last night, snapping their almost MLB record losing streak. It's either 21 or 22.
I know. I was rooting for him to lose.
I was too. 24 was the record.
I don't think we want that. That is a team. That's a good karma.
But it's entertaining.
Oh, Kyle, we listened on Sunday. We heard Craig Karmazin get after you the same way you're trying to get after us right now.
I learned fast.
We heard it.
I'm a quick learner.
You're a company guy.
I'm a company guy.
He's trying to get $5 more each show for Sunday Karma.
Don't you think the losing streak would attract more listeners?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
There's 60 games under 500.
It's historic.
They're 28 and 88.
They're historically bad.
Yeah, they are.
But now that they won one,
So-
it's like, well,
Yeah, no, it's not that
Theoretically,
interesting.
let's say the Green Bay Packers. Let's use them as the example. Let's say they're on like an all-time bad streak. I don't know what it is.
No, that's a bad. I don't like that.
Not in any, not anytime
this
soon.
is an alternate universe.
This is multiple decades after we've passed away, and they, are
Kyle's
on a
good with
horrible
that.
losing streak. We're rooting for it to happen, right?
You're rooting for 0 and 18? Or 0 and probably 30
21
at that point?
Yeah.
For real though.
Yeah, probably if they're 0 and 16.
you can't root for stuff when you're dead.
That's a very factual.
You're making this a really hard analogy to make.
Yeah, I don't root for losing. Even when the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns were on their way to not winning football games, I was rooting for them to win at least one
Kyle
game.
dies. He already said he wants to be sprinkled onto Lambeau Field's turf.
Did I say that?
So let's say that's a request.
I want that.
I don't burn me.
Did you not say that?
I'd rather rot. No, I want to rot.
You'd rather rot?
I'd rather rot in the ground than be burnt to pieces. The smithereens.
What about you, Ben?
I got some life insurance I got to fill out. I'm sure I'll dabble with that question soon.
I don't know.
They ask you that.
There's something that's kind of nice and final about being burned. You want to rot in the ground?
Yes, I don't want. Listen,
put on the poll.
No, I want all my kidneys. Even though I'm thinking about really being a donor.
Don't be a donor, Kyle.
No, I should be a donor. No, for real though.
That's selfish and deaf.
It is very selfish and deaf.
Ain't nobody gonna want my liver.
So, but somebody told me. I'm not gonna say who. Somebody told me this isn't probably true. But the reason why someone in my family is not a donor is because, hell, I ain't going to be laying on my deathbed and all of a sudden they find I'm a donor and then they decide they ain't going to save me because my heart going to go somewhere else. I said, oh.
That just happened in the Law & Order SVU episode I watched last night. I'm not even joking. They asked on the stand, did you do everything you could do to save the child? Or did you cut him up for the heart to get it transplanted somewhere else?
That's what somebody told me.
That's dark.
What would be your
It was to try to save a kid.
Say it.
Well, you don't want to say it.
Well, I'll say it, but don't answer. What would be your most and least valuable body part to donate?
Okay, so last one.
I'm thinking eyes, heart, lungs.
I know my most valuable one. I know that one.
Last one for you, fellas.
Your big toe?
Banger, banger, banger.
Last one for you, fellas. Patrick Mahomes today.
Ain't nobody gonna want me.
11 on 11. Completed a behind.
Actually.
You got what?
Go to break.
Don't let us see the pole vault.
Go to break.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones has had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled it up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been. Right. I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. What you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, for those who on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. This is okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tauscher.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? He just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigora, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. One of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive one free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You know, I've seen the offer. We talk about the offer, and I'm putting the offer into action. You know, as the heat in this August, I mean, I don't want to say it's been overly hot, but it's been hot. My doors are old. So you know what they're doing? They're expanding, and it's hard to even open. And my sister came to babysit while I went to a wedding. I had to FaceTime her from the wedding to tell her to knock down the door like you're a police officer. You got to kick it in.
Oh, wow.
It's unlocked. I was like, turn to the left. It's unlocked. You got boom, kick it in. So you know what I'm doing? Scheduled consultation with Gina, with Alex, Della, and I'm going to have Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin come out because I need some first floor windows and I need the new door for the home. That's why it's called Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, and we've seen the transformation. We've been inside the showroom. Your house will transform before your very eyes, and now is the time to do it. With 0% interest for up to 3 years, with no money down and equal payments.
I ain't missing that.
That's a great deal. You got to act now if you want to be like Ben and get those windows and doors for your home from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But that offer ends August 31st. Visit PellaWI.com today.
All right, so I think it's been well documented. Maybe not. My 6-month-old daughter goes to an in-home daycare, and I typically, as you guys know at least, Kyle, Wallace, Brad, Nortman, Ben Brust here, along with Alex Stroh running the show, I do pick up most of the time for daycare. I'd probably say 85% of the time. When this show ends, I need to be there by a certain time so I can get the baby out there and bring her home. Today, because I have a 6 o'clock basketball game, I will not be able to do pickup. So being the sweet fiance that I am, I was like, oh, baby, I got you. I'll do drop-off this morning. So get everything ready, got my backpack packed, got my basketball bag ready to go. I have the diaper bag. I have her in the car seat. So I load the car up with the backpack and the basketball bag in the front seat, and in the back right is where we keep the baby car insert, and then we put the car seat on that. Everything goes smoothly. And then I went autopilot. I started driving to work, and I was on I-43 heading southbound, and I got to about Keefe, and I was like, oh no, what's that noise? What am I hearing in my car?
What did you think it was?
I thought something was wrong with the car.
What type of noise? Like try to recreate the noise.
I was like, is that a tire screech? Like, is something going on? I was like, that's baby.
Uh-oh.
That's baby.
No.
So I asked you guys, I had a 9 o'clock meeting, and I had a 10 o'clock meeting as well. So it would have been like from 9 until 10:30. Should I have just brought baby in?
We've seen that, haven't we?
We've had dogs.
We've seen
babies.
dogs.
We've had babies.
And babies.
Yeah,
babies are a distraction.
Yeah, a particular baby has been
distraction.
here before. Wouldn't be baby girl's first, rodeo here in the office.
But everyone was telling me I was an idiot for not bringing her because they would have loved if she was in the meetings.
I agree. I actually, for how much I don't want kids to be in the office, because I remember the time around the NCAA tournament, we were babysitting some children upstairs. Some young, I don't know if they were teenagers, but anyways, we were babysitting some children upstairs. In August, when you really don't have kids coming around, it would have been nice little change up.
Yeah, it would have been the whole day.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have been the whole
No,
day.
it just would have been till I got done with the 10:30 meeting.
That would have been fantastic.
Damn it!
That would have been a treat for us all, and then you wouldn't have looked like an idiot.
I mean, but how about you, Ben? Wouldn't you be a little bit of like split brain, like work Ben and dad Ben?
I wouldn't
in one
have paid
place?
attention to the first meeting, to be honest. I just would have had my baby girl on my lap and making her smile.
Meeting too, I would have been distracted, like in all the right ways. I'd have been like, "What are y'all talking about?
Yeah,
what's baby Brust doing?"
And then I probably would have tried to do a handoff to the fiance, and then I could.
That's what I was
went
thinking.
over well.
But she would have been ecstatic. I mean, she would have been, "What are you doing?" But she also would have been very ecstatic because when I came in today, first thing she was doing, she was laughing, telling everybody about how her fiance somehow forgot to drop the baby off.
Would she have been ecstatic? Because Ben had one job and he didn't do it. That's a bad look. And all of a sudden, imagine being Ben's fiance.
Brad, you do realize.
Like, well, you had one job to do.
Brad, she knows who she's marrying. She understands what she's getting herself in. This is a lifetime commitment. The trail of Ben that she sees all around the house.
The trail of Ben.
That was her words.
And
I picked up my drinks. I picked up my nicotine. I cleaned the lower level.
You picked up, or you continually pick it up now. Like that's part of your behaviors.
When I go before I go to bed, I make sure everything's gone.
Oh, that's a step in the right direction. That's pretty good.
Although, oh no. So I have a bad habit of like I peel my fingernails and my toenails, and I left them out.
What do you when you say peel? You don't mean like just like
I'll just take my
That's really
nail
strange.
and I peel.
Where do you put them?
Well, I set it on like the coffee table
no!
in the living room.
You better off just leave it on the floor.
And then I walked by her and she goes, "What are you doing? You know what you did?" And I started looking for the Zen. I started looking for something. I was like, was I supposed to put the blanket away? And then I looked down. I was like, oh no, that is a big nasty toenail.
That is disgusting. Something's wrong with
coffee table. People put their food on that and their drinks.
It's a little mini one on the side. Drinks. Yeah, but you put it on a coaster.
I get concerned with going to some people's houses because I don't know what people do in their houses, and and this is the exact reason why. If we were to eat in Ben's home and we were at like the kitchen table, I know for a fact Ben has probably done something on that table.
What?
No, like fingernails that you may have laid.
If you're willy-nilly
table.
You never know. You're probably not even thinking about it. You're clearly not even thinking about where you're putting them. You're just doing them.
I just peeled this fingernail.
So where's that going to go?
That's going to go in the trash because we're talking about it right now.
That's the recycling bin.
So now
that's a recycling bin.
You can't put your fingernails.
I can't put a fingernail in a recycling bin?
No, they're not recyclable. I don't think they decompose.
Fingernails are not recyclable?
They're not decomposable, I think. So you would.
Adam chimes in. Ben and I are literally the same person. Hell yeah, Adam!
Sorry to hear that, Adam.
Yeah, tough life.
Very unfortunate. So when you finally figured out that baby girl was in the car with you, you made the decision to turn around?
I turned around and I got her to daycare.
What did the daycare worker say? Oh, late today, huh?
She was wondering what was going on. All three of the other kids were cheering when baby showed up because they love her.
Popular baby.
Popular baby.
Oh, wow. She's the only baby in there. They're cheering.
They call me Mr. Ben or Benny.
Benny.
That's interesting.
Benny!
Very. So when did you?
I'm surprised you're out of Mr. Brust.
Yeah.
Call me Mr. Brust or Sir.
Oh, I hate
Sir
when people,
or Mr.
And
Brust.
he throws the.
He just throws.
Yeah,
he probably
missed it.
He for sure missed it because he misses the paper every time.
And he was not going to pick it up.
Ben, honesty is a core value. Did you miss?
I missed the fingernail toss into the recycling bin.
And what's the next thing you're going to do?
No, I'm going to leave you
Ignore
guys
that?
for about 30 seconds to go find that. Otherwise, I'll forget. And I want somebody coming to clean that and find a fingernail.
I blame you. I really want to
now
know.
he has manners.
For real. I do want to ask what his fiance thought when he told him the story and when she told the story. And please don't throw it away in there.
Put it in the right receptacle. Thank you.
Ben, you're an interesting fellow.
Yeah.
Again,
at least I don't hate on the teams that I love like you do.
Well, you don't love any teams, and the team that you did love, you switched.
Badger football, and actually did hate on that.
You sure did. You got our beloved Paul Chris fired. So, but Ben, so what did your fiance say when you called her and told her the baby's still in the car?
Huh?
When you told her the baby's still in the car, what did she say?
My fiance?
Yeah.
She started laughing. Okay. She loves me. Ben, I'll send you a lawyer's name. You need to plan ahead. The nails, the forgot the kid. Sad. Chris in Nashota.
Wow.
Hey,
I mean, I see a lot of billboards for divorce attorneys, but I'm not even married yet, so I don't need that. Thanks for taking me down this road, guys. You got me divorced before I'm even married.
We didn't do it. You took yourself down that road. You took baby Brust down that road, literally.
Maybe you should really reconsider some of the things that you do in your life to keep you from having to go to an attorney. I was told it's cheaper to keep her.
The toenails and
cheaper to keep her.
That's grounds for her to end it before it even starts.
And then paying child support. It's a lose-lose. Show 18 for Jim, Matt, and Molly. They got everybody today?
I don't know.
Jim Rutledge will be insufferable about Hard Knocks. Get ready for that. And Kyle, Brust, and Nortman continue next. Rashawn Gary thinks this is the best defensive line in the NFL. That's his quote, not mine. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
What they want you to hear.
Southbound on 43, we've got delays from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down almost to Burleigh. They'll be back on the brakes through the Marquette. They're changing over the high-rise bridge. Northbound side, heavy from Kilbourne all the way up to Keith. We've got westbound 94 heavy from 13th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. The eastbound side is definitely going to be heavy from about 84th Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange to 35th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mainly clear and comfortable. A low of 64 at the lake, 58 inland tomorrow. Partly cloudy with a slight chance for afternoon showers, a high of 80. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lozga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Island Resort and Casino is the Midwest's premier resort destination, giving guests the total experience with a luxury hotel, full-service spa, live lounge and headline entertainment, multiple dining options, and more, all surrounding a lively Vegas-style casino. And atop many a golfer's bucket list are the island's 2 championship courses, Sweetgrass and Sage Run. When we say your total experience, we mean it. Plan your getaway today at islandresortandcasino.com.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Buck stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys. We making noise.
It's the Bo 1 Bo Hour and Bo on KBN.
I love that open. That's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation 800-990-3776 or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. If you missed any of the first 2 hours of the show, go to WisconsinOnDemand.com or watch us back on YouTube. Kyle Wallace went right back at Christian Watson for laying on the ground and having his teammates take a knee, and all it was a knee bruise. Hopefully the defense isn't as soft as that.
I'm glad. The defense. No.
Well, Rashawn Gary has high expectations. He talked to Kay Adams as Up and Adams podcast was featured at Lambeau Field or at the Hudson Center.
Wait, hold on. Slow down. Up and Adams was there.
Yeah.
They're doing a tour across all training camps. I don't know that they were necessarily featured.
Oh, they're featured. Just go with my jargon sometimes.
That's not jargon.
Go with my slander.
That's not slander. Here's Rashawn
slander.
Is this the best D-line in the NFL?
Oh, of course. But, instead of me saying it, we got to go out there every Sunday and prove it. But, we have the talent. We got all the names on the list. We just got to be consistent and keep pushing each other.
Wyatt, Clark, you, Preston Smith, what is it about the D-line that makes it so dominant?
Oh, man, just the bond that we have and just understanding each other why and just knowing, every time we put our hand in the ground, what the game mean to Kenny, what did the game mean for D. Wide and Preston, and vice versa for me. So just going down there, understanding our standard and just understanding the whole team feed off of us. So if we making plays early, running my mouth, the whole team going to start doing the same thing.
Rashawn Gary on the Up and Adams podcast. They were featured up at 1265. Kyle, your takeaways here, because he has high hopes, but I've heard this story before.
Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, what are they, and Lucas Van Ness, what do they all have in common?
First-round draft picks.
And so you better dang well think that this needs to be a dominant top 10 defense. When you've invested,
he said the best.
Best. Well, listen, when you invest that much capital, first-round capital, into your defensive line, it needs to be having those results on the football field. Preston Smith is a big free agent signing that you have. So to me, that is
a big free agent signing. They literally just locked him up as a veteran.
No, what I'm saying is, but when they got him and they got
Zadarius
Smith at the time, that was a big free agent signing to get both of those guys. And Preston Smith had a very good career in Washington before he came here. So to me, they have 5 marquee guys that they truly believe in, and 4 of them are first-round picks.
Stop saying marquee guys, potential marquee guys. They're not bangers yet.
But that's the expectation. Kenny Clark just got a big contract. Rashawn Gary got a big contract. Devontae Wyatt needs to step up and show that he can play to the level of a first-round pick, and then Lucas Van Ness needs to take that next step.
Okay,
this D-line,
let me ask you a question, though, because
be one of the best in the NFL.
Kyle Wallace speak is this person needs to do this person needs to be this person. Who do you actually believe is going, like, you stamped your flag on Dontavion Wicks very early in his career that he was going to be a good wide receiver, and forget the training, the family night snaps. I think he's going to be an integral part of this offense, mostly because of our conversation earlier as well that Christian Watson can't stay on the field. But when it comes to the defensive line, who are you betting on to be the most productive of the young guys in this new system?
You say the young guys. I believe Lucas Van Ness is definitely going to take that next step. He's going to surpass Devontae Wyatt this year just because this feels like it was built for him, especially coming from Iowa and this being a similar defense that they ran at Iowa. But more importantly to me is that Rashawn Gary has been an absolute monster, and Kenny Clark got paid as if they believe he's going to be a monster as well. This is why you should have high hopes, where the Packers know that Rashawn Gary is going to pop this year at defensive end, but also the Packers believe that Kenny Clark is going to be in a defense that better suits his skill set and his talent, which for us should lead to a more productive defensive line. So we should feel confidence, like Rashawn Gary does, that this D-line finally has been freed and unleashed.
Well, we're going to find out, because when we talked about Jordan Love and his contract, we talked about how you get paid not necessarily for what you've done, but what they expect you to do. Well, this group has been paid handsomely for high expectations, and they have not done their end of the bargain to be able to play to the level of their contracts. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. 22% of the cap is dedicated to the D-line. 22%. That's by far the most of any position group. Not only that, but like you said, the number of first-round picks, it is tailor-made to be a group to be dominant. And Rashawn Gary calling them the best group in the NFL, that's absurd to me. I don't think they're top 10.
Absurd?
It's absurd. There are so many groups that are better than them.
Their head coach goes on the podium and talks about how they get gashed. And Rashawn Gary, who I do expect big things from because of it is his second year off that ACL, and he showed glimpses of 2-3 sacks games, but there needs to be more consistency from him.
Yeah, I mean, he shows games. He might have had 3 games last year where he was like, this guy should be Defensive Player of the Year. But then he will be virtually invisible for a month. You can't have that type of inconsistency, not only from him, but the whole group. I mean, there is, of Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, and Kenny Clark, okay, of all their seasons on the Green Bay Packers, it is a total of one season between all of them with double-digit sacks. One. Kenny Clark has had no double-digit sack seasons. Neither has Rashawn Gary. Preston Smith had one double-digit sack season. It was in 2019.
His first year that he was signed.
Very good, Ben. So this group has not in a past.
Very good, Ben.
No,
me.
That was sincere. That was a sincere. Very good.
Do that more, Brad.
Yeah, it's
More like
Mrs.
Brad.
O'Kelly, but very good, Ben. But that just shows to me that in a passing league, they're not getting pressure on the quarterback. They're not making the quarterback uncomfortable. And they've put so much money and draft capital into this D-line. If they were to play to the contract and the draft pick, boy, this Packer team would be primed to win a Super Bowl. But until this D-line shows they can do that, they can't be true Super Bowl contenders.
Well, Rashawn Gary is telling you, someone who is with these guys, he's been with Kenny Clark for multiple years. He's been with Preston Smith for multiple years. He's been with Devontae Wyatt multiple years, and he also got to see Lucas Van Ness last year. And that doesn't even bring up our guy like Carl Brooks, who was called to be a banger that the Green Bay Packers have, or T.J. Slayton, is that he sees the potential that they have, and he sees what they looked like last year in a 3-4 defense and now transitioning to a 4-3 defense. Rashawn Gary is a very smart individual, smart football player, and I expect that, if he says that they can be the top or they can be the best, I don't think they are the best, but can they be one of the best? I believe that this could be true.
Well, he had a sentence in there that I thought said everything I need to know. He said, they are talent and names. That's all they've done. He didn't say anything about production. He didn't say, hey, look at what we've done on the field. Look at how we rank amongst other teams. He didn't say any of that. He said, look at the talent and the names that we have. That's all they are right now, is the talent. They're not a bad group by any means. They're above average. They're just not elite. They're not close to elite.
Well, we'll find out now if they're put in a better position to be elite, right? If they believe they are talent and names, now they believe that they can truly tap into that talent with the new defense that they have.
800-990-3776. Are you buying or selling this new defensive scheme heading into this season?
So how about you guys? Will this unit be a top 5 unit in the NFL at the end of the season?
I can't put any money on that because I've been down this rodeo way too many times. I know it's a change in scheme. I know there's a lot of optimism from the players, but again, despite the shortcomings of Joe Barry, you still have a job to do, and even if it's not to your best strength, they're just you gave enough evidence as to one guy with double-digit sacks, one, and this defensive line is 22% of the cap. I need to see it before I believe it.
Yeah, I agree with you too, and a lot of D-line, particularly in passing, it's just beating the other guy, right? I mean, a lineup a little bit matters, but it's D-end versus tackle. It's the D-tackle versus the guard in the center. It is just one-on-one beating your guys. So scheme can help with as far as alignment and blitzing schemes, but when it comes down to it, if you're just a dude and you beat your guy, you're going to get numbers. And none of these guys have done that on a consistent basis.
But they haven't been put in a position to do that, and I'm interested to see.
Brian in Lake Mills, 800-990-3776. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, I'm gonna buy the defense because of the scheme change, but I'm gonna sell them for right now and probably for most of the season I would assume as a top 5. I'm buying because I think Jair being excited and being kind of his normal, not like how we saw him when he was kind of unmotivated to play, so to speak, because he just didn't care for the defense, the coach, and the scheme. I think, and with having the pickups that they got in the offseason, I really think that it's going to be a good defense, but they're not going to be top 5. They don't have, unless if Gary has a 12 to 15 sack season, they won't be top 5. So it really is on Gary, but I think because of the excitement factor and Jair being bought in, they're going to be a good defense.
Brian buys the defense but doesn't buy the top 5 defensive line. Thank you for the call, Brian. 800-990-3776.
Yeah, and if there's a unit that can be most disruptive on the defense to propel this defense to being a top 5 defense, not necessarily it's the D-line, right? I mean, they have the most impact, run game, passing game. So I would love to see what Rashawn Gary is talking about come to fruition, right?
I'd also like to see Jeff Hafley, who really prioritizes the back end of the defense, if he can figure out what he wants to do from the safety position, and if he can have Eric Stokes play at a high level and Jair consistently be out there. I mean, if the back end is good, that can also help the front end on return.
The back end is going to be good. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The back end is going to be good. You saw how high Mark Tauscher was on Javon Bullard, and you heard last week how high that Wildy was on Evan Williams and Anthony Johnson Jr. You mean to tell me that the three safeties that we have right now, Wildy and Tauscher, both high on those three safeties, are going to be next to Xavier McKinney, who is one of the better safeties in the NFL. That back end is going to be great. But here's my issue, is that if the Packers are a top 5 defense, which I don't think they'll be a top 5 defense because that's just too big of a jump. Like, that'd be amazing. Jeff Hafley won't be here long if that's the case. They're top 5. But the Packers are a top 5 defense. The Packers are winning the Super Bowl.
A top 5 opportunity, I'd say a top 1 opportunity, is for college students and teachers. Because if you're looking to make your campus living or your teaching space more comfortable, functional, and fashionable, let Ikea and Oak Creek help. They have innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize that space, fashionable accessories and bedding for the college students to make it uniquely yours. Ikea is helping make college living truly inspired by you. Qualified college students can get 15% off Ikea purchases through the 11th of August. If you're a teacher, go check out the discounts you can get there as well. Visit Ikea Oak Creek or the Ready for College section on ikea.com/US to learn more. Well, guys, we continue to talk about the kicker. And it's not just because we have a specialist on the show that was an NFL punter in Brad Nortman. There's a new guy. A new guy. Kyle said it was a sham, and I kind of am with him. Brad has even more opinions on the kicking battle for you to hear next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle, keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we do have an accident now, 94 eastbound, right about at 68th Street, off on the right shoulder. That's going to be affecting your ride. It's going to be a slow one heading through that area. Then we've also got one on the Rock Freeway, northbound, heading northbound through the Hale onto 894. It's off on the right shoulder there. And one more in Kenosha County. This is on 94 southbound, just south of Highway 142. 2 right lanes are blocked right now. There was a vehicle fire that they just put out. They're going to be doing the cleanup there. So definitely seeing some delays basically from Summers Road down to the fire scene. So just be extra careful as you're driving around. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear and comfortable, a low of 64 at the lakes, 58 inland. And tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for an afternoon shower, a high of 80. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline? Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart.
Hi,
Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny. Wow, this is huge.
Jenny, we expect The Music in a Mother's Heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, The Music in a Mother's Heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one. I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers preseason opener this weekend just got a little more interesting. Matt LaFleur announced that quarterback Jordan Love and the majority of the team's starters will play. The Packers head coach believes there's value in players mentally and physically preparing for regular season games during the preseason.
Reevaluating the last couple of years when we've had guys not play, and then last year having all the guys play, I thought it was beneficial for us. I think there's a lot of value of going through just getting your mind right, get ready to play a football game.
It's the Packers and Browns Saturday afternoon in Cleveland. Kickoff is set for 3:25.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, if you are living your life with arthritis pain, or bone-on-bone pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or back, anywhere that you're feeling joint pain, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to live with that any longer. QC Kinetics is the place to go to get new cellular therapies and advanced regenerative medicine to treat your joint pain. I'm talking about enhancing your joints, restoring mobility, treating that pain, and giving you long-term pain relief to live the life that you want to. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to restore and repair those joints. I mean, this is Wisconsin summer after all. There's so much you can and should be doing, but you can't be doing that if you have pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. Revitalize your body and your joints so you can move again with QC Kinetics. They've already helped tens of thousands of patients around the country. You could be next. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics will give you your life back with the future of medicine. Call for a free consultation now at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
The Green Bay Packers added a new kicker in camp today, Oklahoma State's Alex Hale.
Who cares?
Great first name.
Cool.
Cool.
Alex Strofe running the show. Kyle Wallace frustrated with the kicking competition. Ben Brust here, and the guy to break it all down. A sham?
Fraudulent.
You think it's just? You think it's Anders, no matter what?
Do you think they brought some random kid in from Oklahoma State to think that he's?
Well, they keep bringing in random people, and that's why I want to know, what does it all mean, Basil?
Listen, as I look at this, when I first saw that the Packers were even bringing in 3 kickers, 3 roster spots in training camp, I was taken aback. I was aghast, some might say. I've never heard of that. I mean, I'm a full-time specialist.
You've never heard of aghast or 3 kickers?
3 kickers.
Okay, I'm on the other one.
Okay. I mean, I was a professional specialist, and I've never heard of one specialist position.
Hang on real quick. Was that a made-up word?
Aghast?
It might have been, yeah.
That's not a made-up word.
How many made-up words do you think we use per show?
Well,
real talk. I do it the most.
You do it the most.
Is the word.
Aghast. A-G-H-A-S-T, filled with horror or shock.
Well, I would not have spelled it that way.
I didn't know how to spell it, but I heard people say it.
A-G-A-S-S-E-D.
Yeah, exactly what popped into my head. You're probably at like 4.5
That's
per
high.
show.
That's high.
Made up words.
Per show.
Brad's at 0. Kyle's probably at 0.5 a week. I'm probably at like 1.5 a show.
Well, that's what we're here for, to keep one another accountable. And that's what the Packers are doing with their kickers, is trying to keep Anders Carlson accountable. But guys, 3 roster positions for 1 spot, a kicker, that's utterly absurd. I legitimately thought they were going to enter camp, maybe give it a couple days, cut one of them, give it a 2-way battle. They are showing that not after doing that and showing us what a 2-person kicker battle looked like in Carlson and Joseph, they added a third. It tells me with 3 weeks into training camp and you are 5 days away from your first preseason game, it tells me one of 2 things. Neither are good. It tells me that you're utterly uncertain and desperate. That you look at Joseph and you look at Carlson and you say, I don't think either one of them have it. Therefore, we're so desperate, we'll go to anybody, even Alex Hale, an Australian who's never had any NFL experience in his life. We'll just throw him into the mix. So they're either desperate and uncertain, or they just don't know what they're doing. Like the Packers can cultivate quarterbacks, maybe they can't cultivate kickers. They've had Mason Crosby for 18 years? Didn't have to worry about it, didn't have to think about it, and they could just run him out there, make kicks consistently. But now they're trying to figure it out on the fly with having a Super Bowl window open. It's a bad look for the Green Bay Packers. They can develop quarterbacks, but they're showing right now they might not know how to develop kickers.
Well, we got 2 submissions for Alex Hale in terms of Brian D., content director, put this one out at ESPN Milwaukee. We call him Hale's Corners because he's kicking it near green field.
So terrible.
Yeah, crickets at Allstrofe. Thought we did.
You have 2 submissions?
Ryan from Iguanago. Alex, no way in Hale.
That's good.
Brad liked it.
That was good. I did see one on Twitter. I don't know who said it, so credit to whoever did it. I think Jen actually commented on it, which is why Jen Latta of the morning show. It said, the kickers couldn't handle wind yesterday. Let's see if they can handle hail.
Oh, that was good, too.
That was Andy Herman.
That was Andy Herman? Okay.
That was good.
That was a good one.
All hail.
What about this one for me?
Hail.
All hail.
I was
the
gonna
kicker's
say-
going to get cut.
I was going to say all hail Alex.
I really like that.
I knew you would. Winner.
You know, as we sit here when we make jokes,
Yeah,
that I
this
don't
is
find,
bad.
Yeah,
This isn't good.
You shouldn't joke about
You
this
should
position.
be joking on August 7th before your first preseason game in 3 days on Saturday about a third kicker that's being brought in and making pun jokes about him.
Because laughter now.
And if you have a Hale pun joke, I ain't going to lie, 800-990-3776, I'm here for it.
Laughter now converts into high blood pressure in a month. So we shouldn't want that.
Yeah, so I think what we're forgetting is that the Green Bay Packers were probably, and I mean, I can't promise, no guarantees, but they were going to put themselves in a position to be in the driver's seat to go to the NFC Championship game and go to Detroit if it wasn't for this kicker that we have on our roster. So
hell no.
Exactly. So for y'all to be making jokes and puns as if this
Ryan
is
from
going to
Iguanago.
the kicker position isn't a very, very, very important position that people get paid a lot of money to just kick a football and sit around practice and eat sunflower seeds. It is an important position. Now, this is what I do believe. I don't believe the Packers kicker for this season is even on the roster.
Oh, wow.
Goody knows that. There's going to be some kicker in a kicking competition for another team that's going to get cut and is going to be the kicker. At the end of the year next year,
we're getting sloppy seconds and sloppy thirds?
Sometimes other people have better sloppy seconds.
So you're just
Good point.
So you're
Good
just
point.
trying to
Some are better than others.
You're saying that Goody is just throwing whatever sticks at the wall. If one of these 3 survive, great, but he has his eye elsewhere, which is actually a pretty common tactic, particularly for special.
There will be hail to pay.
Yes, the Packers are going to end up at the end of the preseason because
800-990-3776. You guys keep going.
teams have to make a tough decision. They have to make cuts, and I guarantee you there's a kicking competition going on right now across the NFL on different teams that a real legit one, not what we have, the sham that we're watching right now, like a real kicking competition between 2 competent kickers on another roster because Goody for some reason can't find a kicker, barely can find a specialist. But there will be somebody that the Packers are going to be able to claim off waivers or sign because they're going to get cut from another roster, and they are going to be a kicker that can kick for the Green Bay Packers at the end of this season.
I'll say this, too, about the value of the kicker. There's one team that knows the value of the kicker. Well, there's 2. Well, there's many. But there's one that was everybody should know the value of a kicker. But the Kansas City Chiefs, whatever you want to say about Harrison Butker, dude's an amazing kicker. 2 Super Bowls in a row. He played a big role in each of them. He's a reliable kicker. They just extended him $6.25 million a year. That's like what Aaron Jones is getting in Minnesota. $6.25 million.
Oh, wow.
Kickers are valuable. They're useful. And the team that's winning Super Bowls understands that.
800-990-3776. Alan in Milwaukee. Yo, Alan, how are you? How you feel about the kicker situation?
Hey, how y'all doing? I gotta talk to Brad.
Yes, sir.
So, Brad, if you don't remember, I called you a couple months ago and said that the kickers grow in the second year, more than quarterbacks do in the second year. So, but as a philosophy, the Packer organization is extremely patient. They have only had, 3 quarterbacks going back to 92, but I think they've only had 3 or 4 kickers going back to 88 or whenever Chris Jackie got there. So I think they should exercise patience with Anders Carlson. However, if they think that it's such a big thing that he's not going to be, he's going to be such a big question mark, would you, and hypothetically, would you be in favor of calling Baltimore and shipping off a first-round pick for Tucker?
Oh, hell no!
Alan, okay, let me respond.
A first-round pick?
Listen,
no. Well, and
I love you, bro.
Come on now.
Are you in Illinois right now?
He must be.
Are you in Upper Peninsula, Michigan?
Brad, what do you think about a kicker getting a first-round pick?
No. Well, especially
really, the specialist doesn't
some
believe
would
that?
call that a Hail Mary?
I don't even believe that. Yeah, okay, so let's address the last question. No, you do not send a first-round pick to Baltimore for Justin Tucker. Dude's he's my age. He's 34 or 35, so you don't want that. But no, you never do that. Kickers are valuable, not that valuable. When it comes to patience and the jump, I actually think you're right. I think most specialists go through rocky roads in their first year, and then second year, a lot of them find their footing, they take off, and they're actually pretty good. So I suspected that would happen with Anders. He hasn't quite performed how I thought he would in camp, but I expected a big jump from year 1 to year 2. I'm okay with patience year 1. My question would be to Packer fans, though, and you, Kyle Wallace, particularly, do you want to be patient with Anders Carlson?
No, I was last year.
If you're a 500 franchise, okay, maybe you let him work through it for 1 more year, but you are in a Super Bowl window. If you are all about being patient, I get that. Let him go through it and become an NFL kicker. How patient's too patient, though?
Goody said, and shout out to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for talking about this. They put this on their poll. The Packers, according to Goody, there is no such thing as a Super Bowl window because they're always trying to be competitive, always trying to win. So them allowing for a kicker to have his bumps in the road last year is not showing that you think that you always have a Super Bowl window. If you want to make sure you capitalize on what the Green Bay way is and always competing for championships and Super Bowls, you better figure out this kicking position.
If they stick with Anders, there will be hail to pay.
Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah, Stro!
I feel disgusting.
That was good.
I feel gross.
We'll be back at Lefts at the State Fair tomorrow, won't we, Kyle?
Oh, it was so good. So good. Make sure you head on down to Wisconsin State Fair, and when you do, join KBN Live at Lefts Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill on August 6th on August 8th from 2 to 5. Savor Lefts' incredible food. I'm telling you, the food was so good yesterday. We had these Nashville chicken sliders. They were absolutely delicious. They have a waffle on the stick that I can't wait to try. A nice little sweet bite, and also s'mores waffles. Oh, watch us on stream tomorrow, but also go down there yourself. Plus, there's live music every day at the fair at Les Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill at noon, 3:45, and 8:15. So remember to join us, KBN Live, from Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill, only at the Wisconsin State Fair on August 8th from 2 to 5. I can't wait to see you there, and I'm telling you, if you're going to State Fair, you will not miss when you eat at Lefts.
More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. I don't have any more Alex Hale jokes, but I'll think of them in the break. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Oh, wow. North? Spread Eagle is way north. Way north.
Man, you're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Still dealing with a a vehicle fire on 94 southbound, just south of Highway 142 in Kenosha County. 2 right lanes are blocked with this, so be prepared for that. Also, northbound on 43, the Rock Freeway heading up through the Hale interchange onto 894 northbound. The right lane is blocked with a crash there. Then we've also got a crash on eastbound 94 at 68th Street. That is off on the right shoulder. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit on the backed up side. And then southbound 43, we're looking at delays from Silver Spring all the way down past Keith. And then back on the brakes from just south of Fond du Lac Avenue through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Book your fantasy football draft party for a free draft kit, free room rental, free appetizers, and more. Dave & Buster's, your ultimate fantasy football draft experience. Visit dnbparty.com to get started. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear and comfortable with a low of 64 at the lakefront, 58 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for an afternoon shower, a high of 80. Weather is brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Find your Higher Love today, only 59 miles from Green Bay. Find higherlove.com/CBD. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Everybody knows, if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25 grand in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Golfers, listen up. It's Gabe Neitzel from On the Tee, and we are heading to Scotland with our friends at Wisconsin Golf Trips. That's right, Scotland. You can join myself and Stephen Watson as we head overseas to play some of the best courses in the world. This package includes green fees, lodging, transportation, and more. But there are only a limited amount of spots available, so sign up now. For information on the trip and a link for paying, you can text GOLF right now to the ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line at 800-990-3776. That's GOLF to 800-990-3776.
Welcome to another episode of Thanasis, man.
From Bucks superstar Giannis.
You know, and then I'm going to like Chris at the time. What did coach mean? What do you...
And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in a Lambo, and I have to, right? What is this Lambo league?
Tune in to the Thanasis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
Save big at Menards. Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Save big on Zinsser Smart Coat at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction, according to J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, we're going to be at State Fair tomorrow. You know who's also at State Fair? It's the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater. Bank 5-9 is presenting the largest free stage at State Fair. That's right. Bringing free entertainment to fairgoers is just another way that Bank 5-9 is serving out their mission of making lives better. And tonight, if you want 80s rock band, you are not going to want to miss Hairbangers Ball, who has been named one of the best, most sought-after 80s hair rock tribute bands in the U.S. and named Best Rock Band by the public from their hometown in Chicago. So do not miss Hairbangers Ball tonight. Just another way Bank 5-9 is making your life better. Learn more about how Bank 5-9 can make your life better in so many other ways at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Good song, Strofer, running the show. Alex Strofe, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. 800-990-3776. I'm getting some weird vibes today from Kyle Wallace.
What? Wait, what did I do?
What? Maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that's not true.
You came in the door.
Oh, my
It was side.
Yes. This was strange.
The door closed, and I thought he was in the room, and then the door reopened. And then earlier in the day, I have this written down.
Yeah, and while you're looking for it, I had a full view of Kyle. He walked in, he goes, just paused, walked back out 15 seconds later.
15? It was like 5 seconds later. What did you do in those 5 seconds?
Listen, fellas, I am having some issues.
Yeah, according to you, and I wrote down, Kyle has issues. From 7:05 a.m. to 7:40 a.m., you were on the toilet.
I didn't realize
35 minutes.
35 minutes, Strofe.
It delayed my drive into work today.
Yeah,
man.
you did walk a little later than normal.
Yeah, I mean, I did my normal routine in the morning, and usually it's a 5 to 10 minute.
Yeah, right. You famously have told us you take 20-minute dumps.
In the
this
mornings,
exceeded by like 175%.
Yeah, it was up. Yeah, fellas, I didn't know we were going to be talking about
Is
this.
this a bug spray issue again, where you're sucking in too many toxins and your body's screwed?
I learned my lesson. I actually sprayed the bugs last night, and I put a shirt over my face like this, and I sprayed all them dang bugs. They ain't going to come and attack me.
35 minutes. If you're awake for 14 hours.
That's like the length of a flight.
That's almost 5% of your entire day.
Yeah,
sitting on the toilet.
Is it normal for your foot to fall asleep when you're sitting doing that?
For 35 minutes, absolutely.
Yeah, because my foot falls asleep.
You cut off the circulation to your foot. You were sitting there for so long.
Well, here's the thing: is that on top of that, I told you my tummy has just been turning for the last couple of days, and so today, usually when I come to work, I usually have your body is used to you're at work and you're not going to do anything during that time. Well, recently in the last 2 days, I have been using the bathroom frequently. I have used the bathroom twice today at work. And
that's normal. I do 3 times some morning.
But see, that's not normal for me.
These are not normal frequencies.
No, see, for me, I have
you gotta go
3 times in the morning.
I have my schedule all straight.
Coffee and Zen.
And the interesting thing is, typically when I do it, I take I take stuff up my. I take
that's
my
right.
watch off.
Kyle undresses before he goes to the restroom.
I do, and so I left my glasses on. So I put my glasses on the table during around lunchtime today because I did my little live read I had to do. Shout out to Gruber Law Offices on 101.7 The Truth. I did my live read, and after that, I still had my glasses on. I sat my glasses on the table out there, and then I left. And so when I came back, my foot was numb, so I was walking kind of odd because my foot had fell asleep. But then on top of that, when I came back, they said, "Oh, those are your glasses? They've been here for a while." I said, "Yep." And grabbed them and went upstairs.
There's a Seinfeld episode where George likes to go to the bathroom, but he likes to take his shirt off when he does it.
Yeah, I would do that if I could.
And he walked out in a public place with his shirt off one time.
Oh, I wouldn't go that extreme.
I feel like you are going to disrobe in some capacity.
Think he's at home?
Something. Yeah. I mean, you're getting
all right. Well, this gets weirder.
Too casual, too comfortable in this situation.
You want to know how comfortable he is? You went over to your parents' house.
Oh yes, I did tell you that. We went from that, yeah. So yes. I forgot about that part. So yeah, I told you it's been a couple days, and yesterday is pizza night. Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month. I go and grab pizzas, and I go to my parents' house, and I have pizza night. So I brought the boxes of pizza there. And yesterday, because I'm having tummy issues for the last couple of days, I get home to my parents. I go in the house. I put the pizza down. Usually, I always talk to mom. She always happy to your baby boy. Hey, you know, a lot of news yesterday. So we're talking, we're chatting it up.
So that's where you get that noise from when Strofe gave you the winter warning koozie.
Yeah, excitement. Hey! Natural excitement from Mama Wallace. And so I'm sitting there talking to her for about 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes of talking to her, then I start walking towards the bathroom because your boy has to use the bathroom. And so as I'm walking towards the bathroom, guess who's following behind me?
Mama
Wallace. And then so she sees me go in there, I close the door. She continues to talk through the door as I get ready to do my thing. And so
as you get ready, or were you doing your thing?
Oh, 100% was doing my thing. And my mom, she had to finish what she had to say. Listen,
could she hear? Could she hear the destruction?
I turned the fan on. I think that to myself, but you got to understand, this woman wiped my butt years ago as a baby, and so to her, it's probably
But you're a grown
not,
man. But you're a grown man now.
Did you invite her in to wipe your butt?
No, absolutely not. I stopped doing that at the age of 4. I was able to start doing that myself way back when. Is it 4? Is late?
I don't know.
Homer just walked into the studio and he looks petrified.
Homer, you ever followed your son to the bathroom while he pooped and you talked to him?
Kept the conversation going.
0.
Oh, come on. That's not real love. That's not real love. She wanted to talk.
If that's not real love, Homer don't want to know real love.
That's correct. If that's real love, I don't want real love.
Listen, the fact that my mother was so engaged in the conversation with me that she wanted an extra 3 to 4 minutes to talk through the door while I was doing my business. That's
through
love.
the door.
Was there any part?
Through the door was not what you asked me. Through the door, fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have the door open. Come on now.
I thought that's what the question was.
You think I'm putting my bare bum on a seat in front of my mother?
With you, I never know.
Could you, as you sat down, could you see the shadow, like the footprints in the doorway?
Oh no, I wasn't looking. She was right there. She was talking through the door, and for me, I was like, I'm thinking to myself,
everything okay in there?
No, I'm thinking to myself like, Mom, I don't want to have this conversation right now. Like, I'm trying to focus on pushing.
What?
I am
focus on pushing. You're not giving birth.
What did you say? Mom, give me a minute.
What's pathetic?
That you have to focus that much on pushing that you can't talk to your mom?
Then the state in the state that my tummy is in now, yes, that is where we're at.
Okay, then I hope you're seeing doctors for that.
Well, everybody keeps telling me that. Now I'm nervous. Y'all got me Googling whether or not just frequently using the bathroom is healthy or not. Somebody told me I need a colonoscopy.
But this was not frequently using the bathroom. This is not being able to talk to your mom because
Homer, he said this morning he was on the toilet from 7:05 to 7:40. That's 35 minutes.
You got to see a doctor.
Oh, I mean that's normal for me. But it's
normal for you is not normal for the people.
No, that's not. The normal time is what?
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say even less.
Oh, Homer, you just bloop, 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 get up and go. My goodness,
I don't know. I didn't know that it was get up and go.
No.
I can tell you this. You ask people, 99% of them have never been on the toilet for, what was it, 35 minutes?
Yeah.
90.
My leg fell asleep.
Is it a new male?
Even when they're like actually
without
sick.
a doubt.
You said what, Brad?
Even when they're actually sick. I think
when you first heard that, you said, there's no way.
No chance.
Yes.
No.
Made up.
His foot fell asleep.
Yeah. Multiple times.
That's the problem.
Multiple times. And
that's happened to me before.
Foot
falling asleep.
In 18 minutes, I'm not going to lie to you, the way my stuff, because when I walked out the door there, I was trying to walk around.
You need to see a doctor.
Well, what the doctor going to tell me?
He'll tell you.
Lactose intolerance?
No, he'll tell you something's wrong. It shouldn't take 35 minutes to poop.
That's just me, Homer.
No, it isn't.
All right, well.
No.
Well, I guarantee you, you're going to, Homer, your show starts at 5, and I promise you, you'll walk out and
the Homer hour is going to be done, and then you're going to be on the toilet.
This is wrong. You should not be accepting this is okay.
Well, I
have problems.
I have my yearly, but it comes out.
No, it can be. No, it's not what you can be. It can be solved.
Wait, so what you're telling me, this is entirely disgusting conversation.
No, it isn't. You need help. This is wrong.
So what you're
is it not wrong that he spends 35 minutes pooping? That's wrong.
So
it's
what
staggering.
You
would not put up with it.
Never.
You would see a doctor.
Absolutely.
And if the doctor said that's how long it takes, I'd go, I'm finding another doctor. I think that you should be able. 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 is plenty.
10 is
plenty.
He said he had to focus on pushing.
10 is taking
time.
You're not giving birth.
No, you don't. It's not that hard.
Is pooping really that easy for people?
Pretty much, yes.
The only time it's easy for me is when it
you need to see it.
With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, you should go to the Princeton Club.
Would you help get him some medical assistance? Do you not care about him?
What could be
his baby girl can do that?
Public intervention.
Yeah, well, okay. What do you think is wrong
I
with
have
me?
no idea, but something is
Dear
it's
Kyle,
not wrong. It's
I really enjoy spending time with you every day from 2 to 5 on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. It has come to my attention that you have had issues with your bowel systems. I'm starting to become worried, and because I am worried about you, I am writing this to you today out of love. You need help. Per Homer, and I think you should take up his advice.
I thought the
Ben.
fact that I was so regular was a good thing.
It ain't regular.
Too regular.
No,
It's invading your life.
All right, can we stop talking? Because right now, I'm going to tell y'all this.
People think you need fiber. People think you have
wanna help
hemorrhoids.
you. I don't
People
know.
think this is a warning sign. Go to the doctor.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you this now. I've been looking at the clock. I'm waiting for 5 o'clock for the last hour. I walked around.
You need to see a doctor.
This will change your life in a positive way.
And the Princeton Club will change your life in a positive way.
Yes, not as much as what we're doing, but it's very
important. Open 24/7.
He might be able to go to the Princeton Club and get more time for workouts.
You're right. You're right. And he can blow up that bathroom and they'll keep it clean with the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. That's the Princeton Club, baby. 24/7, they're open. Free childcare with the membership. Workout classes, outdoor pool, indoor pool, tennis courts. I wish Homer was still in the tennis shape. I'd love to go play you at the Princeton Club tennis courts.
Sorry, you can beat me now.
Retired?
Yes.
Retired as Homer. But I love it there. You will, too. Have the courage to go get a tour and enjoy the Princeton Club and find your better tomorrow. Homer stays for real conversation around the Green Bay Packers. Maybe we continue to diagnose.
My doctor friend.
Please do.
I will.
Yeah, call him during the break and let him know if I'm okay.
No,
Do we have any doctors out there?
No, there's not a person alive that thinks you're okay.
Yeah, bubble guts. It's normal.
800-990-3776. If you are a doctor, please call in to help Kyle and his intestinal issues.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
Wow. Just wow.
Has he sound good? We've been practicing.
I did it all last week. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of my progress.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. All the big plays.
Brust, left field, way back, gone.
Every single week.
Here's the pitch from Abreu. Oh, he drilled him on the shoulder, and the benches are starting to clear.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio happens right here.
In there, and that does it. History in the desert.
Tune in for baseball's biggest matchups here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. So call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11. Member FDIC.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
The process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at lowtusa.com.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
You know Fleet Farm's got everything for everyday life. But did you also know we have the best prices guaranteed every day? Pet food, wild bird food, automotive, hunting, fishing, farming, you name it. All your everyday essentials, all at the best prices guaranteed. And if you happen to find a lower price elsewhere, we'll match it. Any day, every day. Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life at the best prices guaranteed.
There's lots to see and do at the Dodge County Fair. Fun for me and you. There's good times in the air. The thrill of the midway, the smell of the food. Rides and games and animals too. Entertainment every night. It's gonna make you feel just right.
The Dodge County Fair is 5 days and nights of fun. August 14th through the 18th. The 5 nightly main events starts with the Badger State Tractor Pulls on Wednesday.
Tracy Bird on Thursday, Matt Stell on Friday, Grand Funk Railroad on Saturday, and the Demo Derbies on Sunday. Get your season tickets in advance for $35 at the Fair Office, Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly and Beaver Dam Food Pride, Leroy Meats, most Dodge County banks, and at DodgeCountyFairgrounds.com.
Come on, everyone, to the Dodge County Fair.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. He dumps it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit them at their Greenfield or Brookfield locations or online at roberthackdiamonds.com.
What a banger of an open for Crosstalk on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with Homer, presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. And look, I got a script right here. You can hit the banger sound.
Banger, banger, banger.
That's what Robert Hack Diamonds was for me, because I listened to Homer last year, and I went in, and guess where I got my fiance her engagement ring from? Robert Hack Diamonds. I worked with Leslie, and when I worked with Leslie, my favorite part about this is I had a couple random pictures, and guess what? I didn't even get something that looked like the pictures that was sent by my fiance. We had an image of those pictures and molded it together into the perfect ring, and she loved it so much that she gets compliments at all the bachelorette parties she goes to, and they say, "You picked this out?" No, Ben did it by himself, but I can't take that credit. I got to give it to Leslie at Robert Hack Diamonds. If you're looking for a great place that will take care of you, Robert Hack Diamonds, visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield. And it's time now for the legend Homer joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm trying to know how much I need to start doing AI.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Timu now AI.
How would you feel about AI starting to impersonate your voice? That's a thing now too.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of AI is eliminating the need for people.
You're okay with that.
But based on, you get
real
smarter.
That's real selfish of a baby boomer to say, well, my career is coming to an end in the next 10 years.
I anticipate people being able to find a way to use it well.
So you would allow ESPN Milwaukee to have the Homer Hour forever?
Oh, would I? I mean, if I'm dead, I don't have any say, do I? Sure. I mean, you're asking tough questions, and it's tough with AI. But yes, like everything else, people didn't like computers when they first started. The AI will be like everything else. It will create things that are better than we've ever had, and some really bad stuff too.
I guess we thought Y2K was going to be the end of the world, and it kind of was, because it turned into social media, and now everyone can't live without it.
Excuse me for just one moment, Homer. What the hell are you talking about?
AI,
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I understand that. Why?
Because I played with these guys and they talked about they're using it in their business, and I think to not be aware of it and learn about it and see about using it is just being old.
So what do you know?
I know nothing other than I know what it is, but I don't know how to use it.
Why are you so late on this, though?
He's old.
Well,
like NVIDIA went to the moon.
Hold on. When you only do an hour, you don't need that much help.
Okay. You never heard of OpenAI?
What is OpenAI?
It's a company that ran by some guy, and they made Sam Altman, I believe.
How is it different from any
How
other AI?
concerning is the kicker competition for the Green Bay Packers, Homer? I think concerning.
Is it strange to you that they signed another third kicker?
On August 7th, 3 days before preseason?
It tells you how serious they are about this season.
I like that answer.
Is it
but
tell you
I
they're
don't
concerned about the current kickers on roster?
No. I think they don't want to do what they did last year. And history may say that they got beat last year partially because they stayed with a kicker that should have never been kicking at that point in the season based on how many kicks he had missed.
Well, why didn't they try harder then in the offseason to find an actual real kicker that could be a legitimate threat to Anders Carlson?
They did. The guy, it was a Joseph.
Greg Joseph's still having a pretty good camp.
Okay, so we think Greg Joseph's going to win the job?
No,
you're reading into.
I think the guy everybody doesn't like is
Anders. Do you think because Goody drafted him, he wants him?
No. I mean,
he's not kicking
when they talk
better
about
than him.
GMs like supporting their players, it's not because they drafted him. It's because they believe in a certain level of ability, or they wouldn't have drafted him. It's not like I'm trying to cover my ass. So I guarantee you he won't get the same cushion he got last year in terms of the number of kicks that he missed. But I would suspect that he will get the job. But will he be the kicker? Here's the question. Who will be the kicker at the end of the season?
Not him.
That's the question.
No, it won't be him.
Should we put it on our poll, or you want to take that one for the Homer Hour?
I don't know.
It's too late. We only got 2 minutes. So
Hey, Chris, first poll for the Homer Hour. Will Anders Carlson be the kicker at the end of the season for the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, that's good. The answer, the no's going to win.
I still like to see what the percentage of people are going to vote.
Too. Yeah.
There's nothing he's done in the camp. Here's the thing about that.
Camp doesn't mean anything.
Okay, camp doesn't mean anything. Well, Brad says Dink's a little bit.
I love when Homer comes on to the show to devalue the specialist position in training camp.
No, I don't. The place kicker is incredibly important.
What about the punter?
The punter has only one job.
So does the kicker.
No. Kicker has to make all of the kicks, and they provide points. A punter just doesn't need to get the damn thing blocked.
That's not the punter's fault. That's the blocker.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But if I'm the punter and I know my line sucks, I'm going to be held responsible. I better be smart enough to figure it out, as I'm sure you were.
You can't just
hold on.
get rid of it quicker than normal.
No. Did you ever make adjustments in your punting based on the belief of the people in front of you? Or did you punt the same way your entire career?
If you're backed up and you know it ahead of time, you can decrease a step, have a worse punt, and do it. But most of the time when blocks happen, it's not because they're necessarily showing a punt block. No. Someone gets beat.
On Twitter, at the Homer Hour, today's at Discount Liquor poll, at Discount Liquor Twitter poll. Will Anders Carlson be the Packers kicker at the end of 2024? It is up and it is in the field. Good job, Alex Strofe and Chris Larson, baby.
I want to make one thing very clear. I have very little respect for punters in the NFL.
What?
Dang.
Hold on.
Right
but
here
hold on.
This is how we're going to end the show? Brad's going to try tonight.
I thought we were buds, Homer.
Hold on. He didn't let me finish. But I have immense respect for you and the ability to play in the NFL for as many years as you did.
You can't say I don't respect your position.
That's like Kyle saying, I love Jordan Love, but he's selfish.
In terms of the importance of the team, all right, and importance of the food chain,
you're the bottom.
How low is the punter? We're not that far apart.
Most other positions are more important.
It's the least important.
But there are other punters.
Long snapper.
You punted for
You can't punt
leagues.
without the long snapper.
You be Hunter, you be Homer, and I'll be you. Say whatever you want, old man. I played in the league 7 years and I was in the Super Bowl. I don't care if I'm the equipment manager. If I'm on the damn field playing when they're playing the Super Bowl, oh, baby, I'm a winner.
Oh,
can't say it any better than that.
Baby, he's it back in 2 minutes. Rain Man, Jason Wilde, you know the drill. It's Homer Hour next.